Greetings and welcome to RPGs Uncovered for the penultimate episode of Cyberrats Corpo-Rat Shills. And this is part one of a two-part series finale that I am super excited for. Because I've done so well with pacing already throughout this entire series, I've decided to make things even more complicated and make this a two-mission, two-part, two-mission season finale. So we got a lot to cover today. It's going to be a great time. I just scared all of my fantastic cast here into making sure they are as prepared as they possibly can be, because this is the series finale. I am coming at these guys hard with everything that Cyberrats has to offer, and I am really excited to see what they do with that. And most importantly, if they survive and succeed. So we will find out today and next week during our finale of Cyberrats Corpo-Rat Shills. I'm going to keep this brief because we have a lot to get through. Just a few basic introductions and announcements. You're watching RPGs Uncovered, a series dedicated to showing just how quick and easy it can be to learn a new TTRPG. We have tutorials up on YouTube that go along with this game, as well as our previous RPGs Uncovered seasons, all available on YouTube for free. We are only like 4 or 5 subscriptions away from that 100-person mark, and then I can make the slow, steady climb to 1,000, hopefully over the course of the next year. So if you're looking for some new games to try out, whether you're looking for demo play, actual plays, or tutorials, or interviews for upcoming games, go check out RPGs Uncovered on YouTube. And speaking of those interviews, this Wednesday, we're having another Whip Workshop creator interview with Michael Lowe, who is the creator of Luna Uni, as well as, a fantastic person and an educator. Another game designed to help teach younger children various topics and social skills. It looks like a good time. So that will be at 10 p.m. EST. He's a West Coaster, I believe, so we had to push it back a little bit. So this Wednesday, that's the 15th, 10 p.m. EST. Other than that, this is your last chance to get in on the action for Cyberrats. You can throw some of those channel points towards us for action dice for our heroic Cyberrats here, which they're probably going to need, and you can airdrop some cool items, which they're probably also going to need, and some other cool things you could do with channel points. And most importantly, today and next week is the last chance to help support this amazing cast and help raise the stakes and the fun with our mayhem meter. So you can see a little banner just down below that'll take you to a donation page. Anything we receive through that gets split up to all of the fantastic cast members here at the end of the series. It's a great way to help support them for their time and their creativity and just being awesome and being here. And it means that when we hit $50 on the mayhem meter, all kinds of crazy cool stuff happens. Something big and dangerous for them to overcome will happen, but I'm also going to throw them something fun to play with. So let's see what drops if we can get that to $50 or more, perhaps. With that, go check out our Ko-Fi. That's the best way to support. You get after shows, character sheets, my GM notes. I just posted a whole bunch of stuff on there. So if you like RPGs Uncovered and you want to see more of it, go help support over there. I think that is all the shilling I need to do, and I am ready to get on with our part one of our finale. So let me throw it over to this amazing cast to introduce themselves. As always, Alex, Mr. Cyberrats, you ready for this?
Hello. Yes, thank you. I am Alex Rinehart. I created Cyberrats and a handful of other games that you can find on itch. Follow me on Twitter, Alexander the Fine. That's me. And I thought I had one other thing. Oh, I am Freighter Joe and Nibbles today. Nibbles, who went from loved to hated and back to accepted. And Freighter Joe, who's just big and dumb and lovable. That's all
Yep.
I've got.
All right. Next up, Q. We made it
Hi.
both a long time and a fun time.
We sure did, and that was surprising. Happy about it, but also scared. It's fine. I'm Q. I'm Midnight underscore Inc. That is INQ, like my name. Um, I'm just a creature of the internet right now. You can find me on Tales from Table Studios. Some Tuesdays, some Thursdays. It really all depends. And I'm going to be on some things on Live from the Apocalypse, which I'm very excited about. Uh, it's going to be a good time. I'm playing Pack Rats and Hank, aka Hellraiser. If you didn't get the name pun, there you go. His name is Hellraiser. Uh, yeah, that's me.
All right. Next up, Aaron.
I'm Aaron. You can find me on at Veil's Edge Games on both Twitter and Itch. And I will be playing both Esme and Ash today.
All right, and I see we already filled up that mayhem meter. I believe that was Chloe, our goblin.
Oh my god!
Was that it? I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's $50 in our mayhem meter. That's split between all of these fantastic people, and that means I can raise the mayhem. And I know exactly where and what I'm going to do with that. So thank you so much. But before we get started, last but certainly not least, JD.
How am I supposed to introduce myself after that news, Jack? How am I supposed to do that?
Mayhem.
Hi, I'm JD. You can find me on various social media, including Twitter, under JD, not Jason Dean. That is where announcements of all of the chaotic things I'm doing are typically found. And today I will be playing Hayden, and I will be playing Ian. So we will see if both of them or either of them survive.
Yes, we will. All right. I'll see about rolling over that meter during break, because it is time to get started, and I just like seeing that bar full. So, let's jump into part 1 of our season finale for Cyberrats Corpo-Rat Shills. We pick up looking at the exterior of the ship, the commandeered alien UFO that has become the central headquarters for the GDG Alliance. That is Gargoyle, Dorsey, and Golden Calf, the 3 megacorps that have teamed up to work against Valdivian and help bring down the interloper menace that is assaulting the Earth. Up until this point, the ship has largely been sticking to international waters over the ocean, high in the altitude, but not quite at orbit. Moving along, still very much those inside, learning how to work the ship, learning how to operate it, learning how to secure it, and hiding it away because it was a stolen alien vessel. But we pick up today seeing the ship's engines turn on to full blast. The engine core begins lighting up brighter and brighter. We see those that climbing rapidly glowing and receding green energy of the engine core, whatever it may be that's powering it. The exterior, I always want to call them warp nacelles because I'm a Trek fan, but the exterior nacelles of the ship glow a bright green, and we see for the first time an energy shield, much like what we see from previous alien interloper ships, shimmer and engulf the ship. And then it starts to rise and move forward quickly, as we've come to as we come to expect from UFO sightings of today, it goes from stationary to shooting out of the camera in a few seconds. And we follow the ship as it makes a quick climb up to the very top of the atmosphere and begin breaking out as we see the tactical blimp begin making its way out of the ship just before it breaks into orbit. We see our nanotanium-lined tactical blimp hurtling down through the atmosphere, fast enough and steep enough that it does have that heat flare build up at the apex of this armored blimp as it makes its way hurtling back down towards the Earth, as we see the ship breach into orbit and start making a quick climb towards the moon. We follow the ship briefly. The camera swings over to see the moon and then pans around it to see this large UFO, the interloper alien mothership, parked just behind the moon. We see the mothership, we see the moon, we see the Earth, and we see the ship quickly making its way forward. And then the camera quickly pans back down towards the Earth and zooms in back towards our tactical blimp as it hurtles further and further down back towards the Egyptian desert. We see this rush of air and heat and flames as the blimp swoops down and pulls up just long enough for our 4 first Cyberrats, which I believe is Hank, Nibbles, Hayden, and Esme, as they jump out the back of this near-orbital drop tactical blimp and begin flying in their flight suits, their squirrel suits, down to what looks like a heavily fortified military base built within some sort of Egyptian ruin. And then we see weapons fire from the turret emplacements, the anti-aircraft guns, shooting past a combination of ballistic rounds and alien-inspired plasma weaponry, as we see our 4 Cyberrats plummeting through the air, arms outstretched with their wings, sailing from one side to the next as munitions fly past them. They jump into a deep dive, pull their arms and legs together as they bullet down, sprawling themselves out just above the base of the ground, quick enough for them to land safely. If a little bit of a hard landing, maybe a tumble for one of 2 of them, they land in the sand in front of this base. And in front of them, they see a courtyard. It looks like this facility has been rapidly and incompletely fortified since word has gotten out that Valdivian has been taken down, since word has gotten out that the GDG is making their own moves. So it's not a full battalion of military soldiers here, but we do see mechs. We do see various military personnel. We do see, obviously, those turrets. There is a 3-tiered gauntlet that they're going to have to run, breaching through this main central courtyard, up a ramp into what was thousands and thousands of years ago some sort of small settlement or outbuildings for whatever temple this might be, and then up into the temple itself, which has been fortified and now includes, according to their intelligence, some sort of psionic gate that will lead them to the interloper mothership. So with our Cyberrats landed on the sand in front of this military base, you see before you, as I described, feel free to, as before, ask clarifying questions. We jump into the player phase, but you came in hot. You managed to avoid all the anti-aircraft guns, and we'll see if the blimp survived. But they are aware of you, and you need to get from where you are into the facility and through that gate as quickly as possible, because you cannot take all of these enemies in a stand-up fight.
Okay.
I will also clarify that the gate itself, that's a far run. That's a far run, so 3, 6 is 7 range bands away. You guys need to
The
blitz.
gate we're trying to get to,
Yeah.
It's 7 away.
Yep.
7 is a big number.
Great. No, this is gonna be fine. Hey. Esme.
The second courtyard's a little smaller. I'm going to call that 6 range bands.
Okay. That's still a lot, but
Yeah.
still. Esme, how many people can you get in your little mine thingy?
Well, Jack, how many people would you say are within near range of one another?
Within near range to you, or within near range of other
of
enemies?
one another.
Um,
Of a point. How many people can I pick? I can just pick a point. It says, how many people can I get within near range of any given point?
Many. There are more enemies here that I should, unless you guys somehow manage to nuke this place, be able to activate my maximum amount of enemies every enemy phase. I'm not worried about
Cool.
specific groupings.
Gravity ball straight into the biggest crowd I can get.
All right. So you see, as you land, you see a full unit, a full patrol of military officers of various kinds begin making their way down from that second shelf of this temple, down the main ramp. There's probably a dozen or more of them marching, weapons drawn, getting into formation, and a mech unit just behind them on the ramp itself leading up to that second tier. And I think that is a perfect place for you to drop a gravity ball. So you launch this gravity ball right at the base of the ramp, which is at the farther end of the near range band, which I believe is where you can throw it. You can pull all of those units.
Oh no,
together.
I just get to pick a spot. It's near to that spot that they get pulled in.
Yeah, it's wild. That power, wild.
All right, cool. Yeah. So what is that doing?
Anyone near to that spot are pulled in to be close to that point, and then they take 3 harm.
All right. So I'm gonna get a little creative with my enemy tracking here, because there are just a lot of guys. So I'm gonna break this down into the first courtyard pod, because you pretty much managed to encapsulate all of the enemies into that one spot. All right, so it does 3 damage. There's ABPs in there. It's mostly anti-biotech personnel and a mech. There we go. So that is going to blast away the shard from all of these. Yeah, that should get through all of that. Gonna blast away the shard for all of the ABPs, and it's going to take away one of the shard for the mech. Alright, and it leaves a dozen or more of these soldiers and the mech all sort of crumpled and momentarily floating and pressed against each other, crushed against each other at the base of this ramp.
Alright, Hank, kill them.
You all right? Hayden, want to go for a ride?
Sure, yeah.
Great. So, I'm going to activate scan flaws, and just like on 3V.
Alright.
Um.
Let me... That reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Esme, that energy ball costs 1 more biotech.
Yeah, I figured.
Hank, both of those powers, 1 more biotech.
Yeah, good thing they only cost
Can we
one.
see where this guy is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I do
he
still-
in the
I-
gravity ball?
Yeah,
He is not in the
still
gravity
have that ability, the
Yeah.
Sidar. So
Okay.
Yes. I believe Sidar works only out to near, maybe far. You don't pick up this individual right here in this first courtyard.
This
Cool.
fucking guy, I can feel him again, and I hate it. All right, so just like on 3V, I'm taking Hayden. Just like I've got him in one. Got him in one arm. We're going to run past the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop him off, and then I'm going to swing around with my sword and just go, yeah, straight through the ball full of people.
Yep. Because that's an arc sword. It hits everybody.
It sure does, bud.
All right. Roll that smash.
Alrighty. We forgot to do downtime dice again.
We didn't cover that at the end of last episode?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
We covered it at the beginning because I
We
reminded
did.
us that we forgot.
Yeah, because we essentially did do 2 missions, the secondary, and then
Yeah.
yeah. Hand out downtime dice. Let's do that.
Cool. I'm gonna get to hit JD. There you go. Have fun. Give it somebody. Oh,
Q, I'm tossing you mine.
fantastic.
All right, I'll toss one to Alex.
Right back at you.
All right,
Fantastic.
sharing the love.
We love
Awesome.
Okie dokie. All right, so do I need to worry about any
Yes.
what you call it?
Keen 2.
Chain 2? Psh, easy. Hell yeah, brother. We got an action dice. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Chloe.
We will
It's another action dice for Q.
We will save it. I think I'm okay. Hello? Oh, I'm not on. Okay. What at 4?
Ooh.
Okay. No, we'll use 1. There we go. Let's not be silly. All right, we're gonna swing a wing. Hiya! That's just the first attack.
Nice.
Hell yeah! Oh dear. Okay. Okay. Let's see what the math is on that, shall we?
Yes.
Alrighty. So base harm for the sword is 4. I ignore barrier and soak. So that's 6, and I have brutal, so that's double to 12.
Nice.
And then there's gonna be 4 stacks of bleed.
All right.
Yeah, 4 stacks of bleed.
So you grab Hayden, rush forward in a flash, drop Hayden off, and swing your sword in this sweeping arc. Apologies. And just completely bisect this floating, crumpled ball of anti-biotech personnel as halves and pieces of them just crumple to the ground. You have taken out this entire squad of AVPs. You do get... I'm just going to average this for the sake of moving forward. I'm going to give you 6 stacks of painted because of favored.
Sure.
And this attack also hits the mech, which blows away part of its shard. However, it does have the reflect tag, so you take half of that damage back to yourself, which I believe is 6 damage back to you.
So 6, and then I'm painted, so 12. So I lose a shard. Ouch. That was only 1 attack. We're gonna do it
Yes. At this point, however, it is only the mech that has survived this incredible first assault.
Fantastic. Does he have the keen, or is it just
It does not.
ATVs?
You can roll as normal.
Hell yeah, brother. All right. Yeah. Nope. 4. Cool. It's 12 again.
Okay. Nice. That is going to blow its last shard, and you take another 6 damage from Reflect.
Cool beans. Take another shard. I mean, I could do it again. Would it be worth it? Yeah, probably.
I mean, rather than you keep blowing your shard,
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I have a good amount of soak and a lower damage weapon, so maybe I'll do some attacks.
That's fair. Also, does it take? Is there a person in the mech? Does the mech take bleed? I don't know how that works.
I'll give the mech bleed. Sure. It's
Cool.
it's,
So that's
Hydraulic fluid.
yeah, hydraulic fluid.
that's 8.
Helps with the PG-13 rating as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's 8 stacks of bleed on that mech.
8 stacks of bleed.
Like for the between the 2 attacks. Yeah.
Sure.
4 from
So-
the 4 from the
How-
first, 4 from the second.
How far am I from the mech?
The mech is at. Well, it was pulled down because of your gravity ball.
Right.
Down to the base of the ramp, so it is at near range to you.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport to it.
All right.
So that's. I hope we roll a bunch of biotech from these people you murdered. And yeah, then I'm just gonna make a few attacks. It has no keen.
Correct.
No keen.
Okay. That's a 5. That deals 3 damage.
All right.
And lethal and pierce.
Okay. Pierce ignores soak. That is good.
Yep. Then I'm gonna do it again. And so I assume that reflect is like how much damage reflected? 1?
It is halved. You did 3.
Mhm.
Anyone who follows this channel knows that I always round up. It works against you. It also works towards you, so you're going to take 2 damage.
Does not matter. I have 4 soak, but
Awesome.
another 5. That's another 3 damage.
Okay. Another 2 back to you, which you soak.
And a 6. That's another 3 damage.
Excellent. You said pierce and
All the bypasses.
yes, you get through barrier as well, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Excellent. You take it down. How do you do that? Describe it. With these 3 attacks that you blitz this guy with, how do you take him down?
Yeah, so my sort of psionically, cybernetically empowered pistol, I just slap a rat onto the back of it and shoot 3 shots out. And if I down him, I actually get another biotech back.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yes, take your biotech, and you will also get a gear part because it's a robotic enemy, so he explodes into a gear part at your feet that you can pick up.
Cool.
All right. With that, and that is all of the enemies in this first courtyard. That gravity ball, man. Yeah, so you guys are free to proceed up that ramp into the second tier of this temple.
Let's do it.
Can you... Okay.
Okay.
I can't actually do that because I've used all my my moves.
So you moved up to the base of the ramp, Hayden and Hank are also at the base of the ramp. Hayden still has 2 actions left. I believe Hank has 1. And Nibbles has yet to go.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Hank.
Shall we wait for the others? We want to go ahead.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's keep moving. That's the
All
job, right?
That's the job. I'm going to keep moving forward.
All right. You just want to use that last action to get up to the top of the ramp?
Yeah.
All right. You can get up to the top of the ramp. Nibbles, Hayden, action to get up to the top of the ramp.
Yep.
All right. So the 3 of you, unfortunately, Esme is left a little bit further behind down the ramp. Up at the top of this ramp, you can get a good look at this second tier. Now, this second tier actually has ruined walls that are still up, areas for places to hide and take some cover from. There's a wall off to your left that is raised a bit higher than the low wall that sort of surrounds the entire temple complex. And on top of that, you can see a number of anti-biotech personnel. You can see another mech at the top of yet another ramp leading just in front of the colonnaded I'm a history major. I should know this.
Facade?
Yeah, I guess you could call it the facade. There, it starts with a
Call it a
P.
buttress. It'll be great.
Hmm?
Just call it a buttress.
Yes, the colonnaded
Is palisade the word?
buttress.
Is that what you're looking for?
Palisade, maybe. Podium. I don't know. The front of the main temple. There's a mech in front of that. There's anti-biotech over there on the wall. There's probably an undisclosed number of other soldiers scattered throughout the ruined buildings of this second tier. And you can see at the top of the temple complex itself, there are 4 turret rats up there who previously were shelling away at you guys and the tactical blimp, but the tactical blimp has made it far enough away that these turrets are beginning to swivel down to the courtyard.
Is it portico?
What's that?
Is it portico the word you were looking for?
Maybe?
Freehand
Chloe
style.
suggested it. Just checking.
So what are you guys doing? I think it is the portico.
Do we
Love
do we
that.
get drops?
Well, we're still in the player phase. I believe
Yeah.
Hank used his move to get up to the top. Hayden and Nibble still have 1 action if you want to
Right.
move forward or help.
I'm gonna move again.
Okay. You can move up and amongst the ruined buildings of this second tier. That should provide you some cover. I will note that. Hayden?
I think Hayden is going to do the same thing.
Same thing. Awesome. So I will give both of you 3 soak from cover. And I don't think we've used the cover rules before, so this is perfect for our demo play. So when an enemy or an operative takes cover behind something, it applies them an extra soak value, which will eat up damage before it hits them, but any damage it takes essentially shreds that temporary cover soak. So it will decrement as it gets used up. That is all of the player's actions. We are moving on to the enemy phase. Nobody is left alive to worry about bleed, so we're not going to worry about that. Enemy reaction. So I can activate 5. I can activate 5 units. Number of operatives +1. So let's have those turrets swivel down towards you guys. Let's see. Who looks like the most trouble? Unfortunately, I think that's Hank. So one of the turrets is actually going to. You see it flip up a large like targeting scope, and from it it shoots out this red beam that hits you right on the chest. You get the screwed condition. Uh, then then another turret rat is going to open up on, where's my D4? I'm just gonna roll for this. Aaron, or should I say Esme. That is going to be 4 harm from this turn.
That is my soak.
That's your soak. Awesome. This is true harm, which means it does go through soak and barrier, but not shard.
Okay, I blow a shard.
All right. And then an anti-biotech personnel on one of each of you. So that is... they're going to be near range to you guys. So that is... You guys bought down the threat down to 1 box, which is good. They're no longer hitting as hard, nor have as much shard as they did in the previous mission. So that is 2 harm to... Hayden, and 2 harm to Nibbles, and that is 4 harm to Hank because of screwed.
And painted.
And
so
painted.
10.
And painted, which you have 6 stacks of.
It actually doubles at the end.
Right. So it's 2 plus 6 is 8, doubled is 16.
It's fine.
Sure.
You have a shard, right?
I'm shard. I'm fine.
You have a shard, right?
I'm fine.
All right. Each of these attacks is also draining, so the 3 of you lose 1 biotech. They also have shred, so the 3 of you lose 1 soak.
Ouch.
And actually, that was only 2 harm at Hayden and Nibbles, which gets eaten up by the cover, so you don't actually take any damage. So I'm going to say that the shred and the drain isn't actually going to affect you because it didn't even hit you. It hit the
Cool.
it hit the cover I gave you.
Love that.
Incredible. Thank you. Love that. Thank you, Jack.
But the buildings you are taking cover behind are almost completely destroyed. As well as part of my internal archaeologist psyche for ruining ruins more.
So you did this to yourself,
I did.
my man.
I did.
You did this.
All right, so that is all the enemies that I can activate for this turn. There are plenty more, however. Let's generate some drops. So it was the mech, and then I gave you 6. I said there were more of them, but I gave you 6 stacks of paint, so I'm gonna drop 6 from them. And the mechs, let's see what we got. That is 2 biotech, 3 HP, and 2 construction pieces that you guys can take as you would like.
Esme, do you need more?
Love the biotech. You should take the HP though.
I haven't
Oh
been
wait,
hit.
has anyone been hit?
No.
I'd like the biotech.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, right now we're just working through the defenses, which is important because those defenses are going to be the same next week as well.
Yeah.
All right,
hate
that's going to
it.
roll us back over to our player phase. The battlefield is as it was already described. Feel free to ask any more questions. What are you guys doing?
Let's close it. Hayden, can you feel him? Can you sense him yet?
Can I sense him?
Yes. You can. I'm gonna say you can detect out to far range, whether that's what I originally wrote or not. Over in the far left corner of this second tier of this temple complex, it looks like there's a building over there that is mostly intact. You get a fairly strong psionic signal coming from over there. As well as I'm gonna say that even lets you pick up this strange sort of distortion field effect that you feel is the center point for this biotech draining energy field that seems to be emanating, encompassing this temple.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in there.
All right, how far?
That would be if you were just at the top of the ramp. So for Hank, that would be at far range to you. That would be at near range to Hayden and Nibbles, who are amongst the buildings.
Okay. Got it. All right. I'm gonna go fucking stop him. I'm tired of that. Yeah.
Do you need help?
I mean, do you want to come?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Maybe they changes which power I'm gonna use. So yeah. So we are going to. I'm gonna move up
Okay,
to Hayden.
gotcha.
I'm gonna use just like on 3V.
Okay, costs one more.
Sorry. First, hold on. I have to use my bio injector first, so that I have the biotech to do the thing.
Excellent.
So yeah, so I have the 2. I'm immediately gonna spend it to get us there, because near, so close.
Yes.
Okay, cool beans. And then I want to say, hello, sweetheart. You've been causing me a lot of trouble. Fucking die, please.
Yes, you bound forward towards your brother, grab him, then once again activate this power that allows you to blitz forward through the ruins and rubble, now rubble created from the previous attacks, bounding between walls and crumbled walls and fallen soldiers and more shots being fired as you bob and weave, dragging Hayden along with you until you get to that one building off to the side over there. You can see you are getting much closer to that wall of enemies up over that way, but you do manage to get to the front of that ruined building. There's no doors or windows or anything. This is a structure that's 2,000-3,000 years old, something like that. So you can run forward into that building, and inside you can see, even as you were approaching, you could see sticking up just out of the crumbled roof of this structure, you can see what looks like a more sophisticated version of those devices you saw all the way back during Operation Colomir's Cage. But this time they're sort of stacked in this sort of this sort of bubble tower sort of situation, each one incrementally growing green and green, 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 and then fading and rising over and over again. And as you get closer, you start to feel a little fuzzy, you start to feel a little sluggish. You can feel the biotech that suffuses your entire body, what literally powers your being at this point, the substance you are addicted to and rely on for not just all these cool powers but to live. You can feel that being drawn from you, or suppressed, or both. But you can blitz up and through the opening of that building, and inside you can see Leonin Cervertes working away at a console. This tall, skinny, almost emaciated looking older gentleman with this huge mane of frizzy gray blonde hair, wearing a Valdivian black leather trench coat with a big V on the back, working away at a console. And he turns around and sees you just in time for you to...
I'm going for the head and the machine because I want that trench coat. I've decided just here in this moment.
Excellent. Go ahead and make an attack.
Okay. Yeah. Did it heal?
There we go.
Very good.
All right, lots of successes starting off this mission. You guys are rolling well. All right, I don't think it's going to matter, but total up what damage and bypasses that is.
10 ignores soak and barrier and resilient.
Excellent. Yeah, and you have your crazy arc sword. So how do you kill Cervantes and disable this machine?
It is just like, it's just one of those, like, he was talking as soon as he saw the man. He's like, "Hey, you've been a pain in my ass. Fucking die, please." Just sword goes straight for the head, cuts clean through, and the blade continues to arc into the machine. So both of them both go at the same
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes, and I'm gonna say as the body falls, as you are pulling away with the blade over here, you can reach forward and just grab the collar of the trench coat and pull
And
it
just
off
go,
of the body as the body slumps down on the ground.
yeah, yeah. And we're just
Excellent.
gonna.
All
That was
right.
so cool, Hank. That was amazing.
Yeah, hey, fucking hide, I guess. You're probably gonna shoot at us now, yeah? Does this building give us cover from other things?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that
Dope.
gives you another 3 points of cover. That's cover for
Hell, hell yeah, brother.
cover for Hank and Hayden.
Let's do that.
Because I'm gonna need it.
All right.
Over comms. Hey, yeah, that fucking old guy's dead. You're welcome.
Oh,
Also, I
thank
got
you.
his coat. It's nice.
You should clean that.
It looks really
No.
good.
No, I cauterized it. It's no blood. Esme, you should see me in this coat. I look good. I look really good. Sorry. Who's next?
Well, maybe I'll get a chance once I stop the people who are shooting at us.
I can help with that.
I mean, yeah. Sounds like a good idea. Get on it.
By all means.
Yeah, so I am in here. Who you said there's ABPs in here?
Yes, there's a whole bunch of anti-biotech personnel. There might be a medic or two running around throughout these buildings.
about
And
that.
then there's a wall over there at near range to you that has just a firing squad up on top of it. And a mech
Okay.
at the top of the ramp. And
Yeah.
the turrets.
The turrets.
Okay.
Lots of things.
Are we killing or are we just passing through?
Kill so we don't have to deal with them later, I think.
Okay, there's just quite a lot of them is all.
Yeah, that's fair. We're gonna get there, promise.
Okay, I'm going to. So can I fire in such a way that I have what is it, arc?
Beam.
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 The beam.
So I can hit one person at close, near, and far. Is it possible for me to get an ABP and a firing squad, dude?
You can either get an ABP and one of the guys up on the wall, or you can get an ABP and the mech at the top of the ramp.
I feel like you want me to get the mech. All right, I'll go for the mech.
Wait. Don't do that. Reflecting. Don't do that. Don't get caught up.
Oh,
Yeah, you do it. Ton of damage.
Because this is your first shot, bud.
I'm fine.
Also,
fine.
it has shard.
Jack is sneaky.
I've got some shard.
Sure.
So
I
does
mean,
it. No.
You'll get rid of one of its shard. I'm just saying that clapback.
Okay.
Strong.
Okay. Fine. I'll take the firing squad and the ABP.
All right.
Doing my cyber here. And I am just going to just blast this. Is there any keen I need to worry about?
Yes, ABPs have a keen of 2.
Oof. All right. I'm gonna spend my downtime die to balance it back out.
All right.
Because I have precise, so it's +1. Bam, that's a 6.
Hell
Excellent.
yeah, brother.
So in case you're wondering, that is 16 harm.
Okay. They both blow shard.
Yeah. Yeah. That's all I've got.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna do that again. Same thing again.
Okay.
Exact same, but this time I don't have a downtime die, so it's -1 die. Still a 6.
Still a 6.
Nice.
Excellent.
Let's go, baby.
That is only 8 harm this time.
Okay, that is enough to take both of them out. With both of these attacks, though, on 2 enemies, that is 4 stacks of paint from favored.
Love it.
And
I
that
love
is Nibbles. Painted 4. All right.
Oh. When you say that there are turret rats, what exactly is that?
Yes. So you see up on the top of this temple, there are four of these sort of swivel turrets. They basically look like aircraft carrier anti-air batteries or whatnot. Maybe not as big, but they are proper AA cannons, not necessarily anti-personnel or ground assault cannons. But they can swivel down towards you guys and fire. But in and amongst this almost tower-like structure with these two barrels that stick out of it, you can see inside each of them is a swarm of rats, and every now and then, some flow out and around the exterior of the turret. Sometimes they run up and down the length of the barrels. It's a turret with a rat swarm inside.
Cool. If it's a swarm, if I grav balled, say, off the edge, would that vacuum those swarms up?
I'm gonna say they're inside the turrets themselves.
Okay.
And the turrets are stationary. The
I
turrets
love
can't
that thought,
move.
though.
I love the
that
thought.
That was incredible.
But the turrets are stationary. They can't move, so you can't pull the turrets anywhere. And the rats are inside the turrets.
Boo.
What type of fall damage exists in Cyberrats? Okay, in that case, I don't want to be out here in the open, I feel like.
Yeah, you're still down at the middle of the first ramp.
Oh yeah. Can I see anyone from where I am?
No, you're going to need to spend a move action to get up to the top of the ramp.
Okay, well that's gonna be my first move,
Yep.
is spend a move action to get up. And then what enemies are near me?
Yeah, it is a battlefield up here. You can see a dozen or so enemies in and amongst the ruins, currently firing at Nibbles and Hayden. There's a whole firing squad lined up on a wall over to your left that is taking aim and starting to rain down, mostly towards Hayden and Hank. There's the mech up at the top of the ramp at far range to you at this point, and then the 4 turrets, which are beyond far range.
Okay. Is there any cover up near that ramp?
There's no cover on the ramp, but you can move up to where Nibbles is in and amongst the buildings. A lot of them have already taken a lot of damage, though.
Okay. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is teleport to a creature that is there. You said there were medics around?
Yeah, you can spot at least one. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to teleport to a medic that is nearby.
All right.
That is specifically near.
Gotcha.
And then I'm gonna try and shoot it.
Okay. Make your shot.
That's a 6, 3 damage.
Okay.
Bypasses everything.
Bypasses barrier.
Uh-huh.
All right. You teleport forward, and before the medic has a chance to turn around and defend themselves, just 3 in center mass drops.
Esme commits a war crime. Then I'm going to how far, if I teleported to near from me, how far are the turret rat?
At that point, the turrets are at exactly far range. You are
Okay.
basically just at the base of the ramp, so the The mech would be at near range, and then the turrets at the top of the complex are at far range.
Okay. I am going to try to teleport under the mech. And then I'm gonna try and take a couple more shots.
Okay, at the mech.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha. Yeah, now that you don't have Cervantes draining your biotech, you guys can really boogie.
Okay. So that's 3 damage, and then 3 damage bypasses everything but shard.
Okay, that'll blow 2 shard from that mech. As the top of it swivels and then the bottom of it stomp, stomp, stomp back and swivels down this 12-foot tall mech, both gun barrels pointed down at you. Who's next?
Okay. I think that's everyone? No, wait, Hayden.
I don't think Hayden's gone.
Hayden feels conflicted because they're currently within cover and don't necessarily want to break that at this point. So I guess my one question would be, is there anyone I could take a shot at without losing cover?
Yes, it is a target-rich environment. You cannot see the mech from here, but there are plenty of enemies to attack if you would like to do so.
Are they in near enough range for me to be able to shoot?
Yeah, there are enemies in and amongst the buildings not far from you that are in close range. There is the whole firing squad up on the wall that is at near range, and the mech is at near range as the crow flies or as the bullet flies, but to get there you would need to go 1 movement band to the base of the ramp and then a movement band up to the mech.
In that case, I think I would like to take a couple shots at the firing squad.
Okay.
Do I have to worry about keen or anything like that?
Yes, keen 2.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my downtime dice.
All right.
All right, so that is going to be now of course I have to do that. So that was a 6. That is going to be 10 harm cuz I have brutal and that
Nice.
doubles my harm, and my harm is currently 5. I also have pierce and shred attached to this gun.
Nice.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so
Pierce negates the soak. Shred. You have shred 1.
Yep.
So that's going to shred 1 of that soak, and then it's going to blow a shard.
Cool. I would like to take another shot.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
You
that
lose
was-
1 biotech for the attribute consequence. It does hit. That is how much? 5 damage at this point?
5 damage. Yep.
All right, that shreds its other soak. It has no more shard left, and it takes some damage. It is still up. Yeah, and I think the consequence I'm going to activate is just activating. They're going to fire back at you.
Cool.
So you are going to take 4. No, you're going to take 4 harm. No, 2 harm. Sorry, 2 harm. I'm gonna take 2 harm. And you attack this guy twice, so you are actually painted twice, so that is actually 4 harm. That's why I was saying 4.
And does that go through defenses normally, or not so much?
It applies through your normal defenses. It doesn't bypass anything. It does shred your soak by 1, and it's going to drain another biotech from you.
Cool.
All right. Let's see, we go there. Okay. Anyone have anything else? I think that's everybody. That's everybody. All right, back to our enemy phase. I don't think anybody is surviving with a bleed tag, so we don't need to worry about that. Target-rich environment. I'm not holding back, guys. That's 4 turrets and a mech amongst the lot of you. So let's see. And there, like I said, it is a battlefield up here. Target-rich environment. There are anti-biotech personnel, and well, medics don't fire too much, but the ABPs surrounding you are all blasting into the walls of these ruins, sending up shrapnel and sand as you dodge out of the way of that. But you were able to position yourself well enough that you don't need to worry about them yet, but you will get quickly overrun if you don't get to this gate that is your main objective. The turrets. Well, let's start with the mech. That's an easy one. It is at close range with Esme. Oh, that's just mean. Yeah. That, I think we'll go with that.
Oh,
That's
no.
very mean. Yeah, so the mech is... You are right in from the mech. It swivels and stomps in your direction. And then from over the shoulder, you see this almost Tesla coil-like cannon device flip up on top of its shoulder, swivel down towards you. And then it starts glowing this bright blue and shoots this electrical arc, almost like Sith lightning, in your direction, which surrounds your entire body. You start convulsing, and it is going to drain all of your barrier. It doesn't do any damage, but it takes all of your barrier. Then we have 4 turrets. That is 4 harm to Nibbles, 4 to Hayden, 4 to Hank. Hank and Hayden, you both have 3 points of cover, so that is going to completely annihilate the building that you are in, and then one harm would go through your defenses as normal.
Cool.
But it does have true harm, actually, so it goes through it bypasses soak and barrier, but not shard.
Cool.
And then there is one more turret rat. And actually, I do believe Nibbles had one cover left as well. I don't think that changes how you apply any of your math damage. Math is damaging. Yeah, we have one more turret that can shoot at somebody. So I believe. I'm just gonna roll my d4 again and see who it shoots. That is Esme once again.
Any
Esme.
chance the mech serves as cover?
No. No, I like the idea there, but you said you teleported just up to the mech, and it's smart enough to move out of the way. So that is 4 harm, true harm, coming to you.
Oh, true harm. Okay, well,
Bypass a soak, and you have no barrier left.
that's a shard.
All right, that is another shard. That is all of them. Then we go. I need to change something. Where is everybody at? Let's see. Yeah, you start hearing alarms going off from the temple up at the top of the complex. And there seems to be this makeshift PA system that's been set up, at least at the top of this three-tiered structure, just before the entrance, the portico. And blaring from that, you can just make out over the gunfire and crumbling of the ruins. Alert, alert, base under attack, activating Vacutron.
No.
No.
So, Chloe,
No.
hi Chloe, thanks for being such a fan. You suggested a while back that that I make a big robot vacuum enemy.
Oh, I hate
So I did.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Vacutron.
Oh, no. Fuck.
That's our mayhem meter, guys. Thank you so much, Chloe. Okay. Distribute drops. I don't think we killed as many things this time around. I think we only got 2 kills. We got the medic.
killed
got
an
someone
old
from
man.
the firing squad. The adversary is, well, sure. I'll give that a Valdivian count. Sure. I think that's everybody. So that's 2 HP and 1 gear part.
Oh, that's not what I needed. That's not what I needed at all.
Yeah, it's like none of us are taking HP damage
Yeah,
yet.
not
Yeah,
yet.
but like,
Yeah.
what's gonna happen? But like, oh god.
Yeah.
And I already used my bio injector.
All
Hey,
right.
somebody want to do a drop? Someone do a drop? Like a bio injector? That'd be great.
I'd really love for Q to have a bio
I
injector.
would love to have a bio injector. I really would.
Yeah. If you got channel points, you could play the roulette wheel and see what I drop for these guys.
I mean, I have channel points. Does that count?
You can't use channel points on yourself.
I've been holding out,
Yeah.
just waiting to ask
Why
to be
not?
like, listen.
But wait, Jack. Can we spend them on each other?
I have 12,000.
No.
Because I have a lot.
No. Yeah.
Dang it.
No, the cast can't use them themselves. You'll just have to come back next season and help out my next cast.
Everyone make a fake Twitch account.
This is not ideal, is the thing. Okay.
Back to player phase.
Oh, God. I could get to the turrets. Like, I could
I'll
do
take the
that.
gear part for whatever it's worth.
Let me remind you guys and point out your objective is to blitz to the gate, activate it, and get through. I've described a number of times that this is such a heavy target-rich environment. You can't take all of these guys. You will get overrun.
No, I know.
Nibbles
but, like,
is a coward.
The turrets are a problem.
Now, the turrets can't hit you once you're inside the building because they are on top of the building.
Can we get inside the building? Can we get with 2 moves from where I am? Can we get in?
Yeah, how many range bands?
You and Hank and Hayden, because you moved off to one side of the complex to deal with Cervantes, it would be far from the base of the ramp, so you're going to need to spend 1 movement to get to the base, and then it's going to be far from there. Everybody else, I believe, Esme and, well, actually, Nibbles is at the base of the ramp, so it's 3 move bands from there. Esme is, surprisingly, even further up from that point, so Esme, you are only 2 bands from getting into the complex.
All right. Nibbles is going to take the split power, which gives an extra action that costs 2 biotech, and then 3 actions sprinting up the ramp into the building away from Vacutron, right?
You don't know where Vacutron is.
I don't know where Vacutron... Okay, well, I'm going into the building.
Until you run up into the building and you can see a cage off to one side at the back of the complex that has Vacutron with an alarm blaring up top, and you can see the gate in front of that cage just beginning to rise.
Hey, I love that.
Close it. Close it.
But
You have hacking. You can save us, Nibbles.
we'll see. I think this is an excellent point for us to flash back to our mission briefing now that at least somebody has gotten up into the gate room itself. So the screen sort of flashes and phases blue for just a second as we are back to a white on blue sort of blueprint layout of this complex, and we zoom into the gate room of the facility itself. And I say gate room, it's not like an Stargate SG-1 whole Cheyenne Mountain complex that you need to get through. You rush straight forward past the portico and into what's essentially the main atrium of this temple. There's probably a few ruined walls that were at some point other rooms within inside this temple, but towards the back you can see this large almost like Stargate like structure, and it's not currently on, but you can see that there is it looks very makeshift, and you're not you know, according to your intelligence that you pulled from the custodian, that it will work. You have the coordinate data you need to get up to the bridge of the mothership. But the gate itself is only just operational. You are going to need to, amongst the group of you, you will need to get into the facility, at this point Nibbles has, and activate the gate by attaching the power cables, which are these big, heavy cables that need to be attached to various parts of the gate. That's likely going to be a smash test. Somebody is going to need to climb up on top of the gate and position the power converters at the right place. That's likely going to be a slide check. And then you actually need to run to the computer system and input the correct targeting data and activate the gate, which is likely a cyber check. And then the gate will activate. So we see this heist-style rundown of what you need to do, the objective for this mission. And then everything flashes blue again, phases out, and we see Nibbles standing at the entrance of this facility, looking into a very makeshift, almost temporary looking base camp of sorts, staging area. You can see computers set up over here, dust and debris brushed off to the side to try to make sure it doesn't get into the computers too much. There's these bright lights set up all over the place because, of course, inside stone buildings you don't get a lot of light. There are wires and tubes all about the place, and towards the back of the facility, which is still within close range, it's a relatively small building once you get into the gate room, you can see this gate. You see the cables you need to attach over there, you see the converters that need to be aligned already, mostly in position, but somebody's going to need to climb up there and activate. And then off to the other side, you see the actual gate computer that you're going to need to access. And of course, plenty more enemies and the Vacutron being activated in the corner.
Okay, it's our turn, isn't it? Fuck me.
Yes.
It is.
I believe Alex, I believe Nibbles used powers to get all the way up there, so you still have moves?
No, I used 1 power and 2 moves.
Gotcha. All right, so that is Nibbles.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna be able to get up there fast enough. Is the problem. I'm out of juice. Is there any juice? Is there any biotech leaking from the machine that we just killed?
You know what? Yeah. There is one biotech in there.
Sure, I'll
Slurp
take
it up.
I will snip on some scissor. Let's go.
I will call that a free biotech drop from the machine, which I didn't calculate
fantastic.
into the drops.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So that means I can move us 1 time, and then we can move both.
Yep.
Like we can just both move. Okay. Will
Yep.
that get us there?
That would get you into the building. Yep.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
All right, power from Hank, and then 2 moves from Hank, 2 moves from Hayden. You are both right up next to Nibbles inside the building. That leaves Esme at the center of the ramp, staring down a mech and 4 turrets. But you are...
Esme, hurry up.
Yeah, I'm gonna run inside the building.
Okay.
And then I am going to spend well, I'm gonna move. Actually, first, before I run inside the building, how much? So the turrets are currently what distance away from me?
Far range.
Far range. Okay. I'm going to use my beam cannon to hit both the mech and one of the turrets.
All right.
It deals it has lethal and shred and deals 6 harm and gives painted.
Okay. And this is a power you're using, right? No roll?
This is a power I'm using.
All right. Okay, so the mech has lost 2 of its shard. You don't have any way to get through that, so it's going to blow its last shard. It has 3, because mechs are ridiculous. And the turret rat actually does not have any shard. It does have 2 soak, but you say you bypass that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How much damage are you doing?
6.
6 damage. Okay. Going through soak, that takes out one of the turrets.
Take that, you
All right.
stupid rat.
You do take 3 damage from reflect, 3 harm, which I believe you soak.
Blocked by my soak.
Yep. And from the robot, you take another 3.
Blocked by my soak.
Yep, blocked by your soak. And you get a gear part from... no, the robot didn't... the mech didn't explode. Never mind. That is everything.
But you get a biotech because you took one down, right?
That's
Yeah.
only with my weapon.
Oh.
My weapon has tech, but you know, it's a drop. You know, we got a drop. And now I run. I'm getting inside the building so that they can't hurt me.
All right.
And someone else can hurt me instead.
Gotcha. I believe that is everybody at this point. Back to our enemy phase. Okay, you have gotten away from most of the enemies at this point. The turrets can't hit you. The mech is going to use a movement to follow you up to the entrance of this temple. So it's going to be able to fire at you. The Vacuutron is going to be able to activate. Yeah, it's target-rich environment. I can still activate all of my enemies. All right, so let's take a look at this Vacuutron, brought to us by our goblin Chloe, our goblin overlord here. All right, Vacuutron. Well, Nibbles was the first in the room, and so first, Nibbles. Ooh. Nibbles is a rat swarm.
Yep.
Yep.
Is a rat
Yep.
famously.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the prompt for this was, if I recall correctly, a large robot enemy that can suck up rat swarms.
Yep. That was the prompt.
I don't see the correlation.
You don't? Okay. Well.
Not picking up on it. What are
So
you getting?
I'm just going to go with that and do exactly what it says on the box for Vacuutron. It's going to move forward out of its cage, and it's going to use one of its moves, suck in rats.
Oh,
And it is going to activate... we see this It almost looks like the front of a semi truck that has sort of like transformer stubby legs and these big. It's a very square, squat, wide vacuumtron. And where the grill of this truck would be, it can actually open up, and it is this whole gigantic vacuum system. There's a big vacuum container on its back, and it rushes forward. You can see it does have cannons on its arms. It looks like it's fairly armored. But it is going to stomp its way forward, open up the front grille, and there is this loud hissing, sucking sound that cacophonies through the stone structure of this building as it stomps forward, turns towards Nibbles. And Nibbles, your rat swarm is sucked inside Vacutron. And the grill, the gate.
Great.
Thanks, Chloe. Okay. Who's next? We have the mech. The mech is chasing Esme. Esme, you are going to take from this mech four harm.
Okay, that's my soak.
Which is soak. Yep. Yeah, you are doing good against this mech. I gotta find a way to shred some of that. Yeah, which I can do with all of these ABPs still inside here. Surprisingly, Esme is proving to be an incredibly dangerous operative. Nibbles has been taken care of, at least temporarily. So that is going to be 1 ABP on Hank and 2 on Esme.
Wait, where'd these come from?
These are all the soldiers inside the temple itself.
Oh, fuck off. I mean, cool.
You guys are still doing just fine, right?
I got eaten.
I am not. This is about to be real bad.
I literally just got eaten.
Let's see. Oh, that could be interesting. Well, let's start with one on Esme. Esme, you're just going to take 2 harm, which I know gets eaten up by your soak, but it does have shred, so reduce your soak by 1 and lose a biotech.
I don't like that losing biotech stuff.
Another one is going to shoot at you as well. That is another 2 harm. It gets eaten by your soak. Soak gets shredded once, and you lose.
Joke's on you. I don't have biotech left.
All right.
Hey.
And let's see. Are any of these moves anything I want to do right now? I don't think so. I'm not going to make that more difficult than it needs to be. So I am going to... Let me just do some GM numbers in the background here. Yeah, let's target Hayden, actually.
What?
Yeah, sure. Why not? That's fine.
Spread this around a little bit. Yeah, so Hayden, that is 2 harm to you, which shreds a soak, and you lose 1 biotech.
Cool.
All right. Drops. We did not take out the mech. We took out one of the turrets, which I marked, and I believe that is all.
Yep.
That's 1 drop. That is a biotech.
Give it to me. I mean, please, can I have it?
Please take it.
Please. Thank you so much. Okay.
You also see everyone at this point, except maybe Nibbles, who is inside Vacutron, towards over by the gate. You see that there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. You can see crates full of ammunition, crates full of weapons, crates full of body armor, computers set up all over the place. But there is a rack of missiles over near the gate that is set up. That you might be able to do something with. That is the bonus I am giving you guys from our mayhem meter. You have to deal with Vacutron, but there's a rack of missiles over there if you can find a creative way to use them.
Is there a missile launcher?
No.
Okay.
You can become the missile launcher.
I mean, I can. I absolutely can. Just in case that wasn't clear. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right. So hey, smart people, what do you need to like detonate a missile?
2 more biotech.
All right. Okay, but what if like I just threw it really hard? Could I do that?
Enough concussive force could work?
Yes.
Great.
Are you, in this scenario, are you still in the blast radius of this missile?
I mean,
Could you not be? Could you not be?
I mean, maybe you fucking know. Fine. All right. So we have ABPs, we have a mech, and we have Vacutron, who is currently holding on to Nibbles.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can deal with Vacutron.
And there's the gate you still need to activate
Right.
with those three
So-
3 tasks.
So here's the thing. I could just like deal with everything.
But Nibbles is in the vacuum.
I can be precise.
I don't think that's how science works.
I'm not talking about the missiles. I'm gonna cast sword.
Oh, okay.
So I think what I'm gonna do, because I only have 1 shard, there are a lot of people here, and there's a lot of bullshit to get through. It's gonna hurt if I do this, but it'll be worth it, right? Right. Okay.
Ooh.
Do I have anything? No. Hey, what is the reliable tag?
The reliable tag. You can re-roll 1s.
Okay. All right, I'm not really worried about that. Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do, I am gonna in fact cast sword.
All right.
Okay. So that's gonna be -2. I'm gonna use my other downtime dice. I don't think I'm gonna hit the mech.
Okay.
Wait, no, I am gonna hit the mech.
Okay.
Worth it. Worth it. All right, so yeah, we're gonna hit the mech, we're gonna hit Vacutron, and we're gonna hit the ABPs. Just full arc with the sword, just running around the room, slicing motherfuckers up.
All right.
I'm cussing so much today. I need to chill out. Jeez. I do this when I'm stressed.
Uh-huh.
That's what it is.
It's a stressful mission.
It's a stressful mission. Okay, all right. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do that. 3, 2, 1. Hold on. You know what? I will. We're gonna use Old Grudge. My next 2 attacks deal +1 harm and gain the reliable attack.
Sure.
Okay. Hiya.
All right. That's a 6. You don't need to worry about the reliable.
Jokes.
Okay. You have no way to get through to bypass shard, right?
To bypass shard?
Yeah,
No.
I don't know if there's really a way to bypass shard. So
Mm-mm.
all the ABPs in the room, they blow their shard. The mech has already gone through all of its shard, so it just has a bit of soak and some barrier. And then there's Vacutron. So how much damage are we doing?
Okay. So base harm is 4, +1 from the exosuit, +1 from Old Grudge. So 7, 14.
14.
Yes, and that is 2 bleed? Yes.
Okay, so the ABPs blow that all with shard. The mech, 14 damage. It soaks 4 of that with shard, so that is 10 remaining. It has 5 barrier, 5 remaining. So
I have Pierce and
Pierce.
Lethal.
And lethal bypasses the barrier and the soak. So that is all 14 damage straight through to the mech. The mech is hacked to pieces. So I assume we see Hank running, bobbing and weaving through different desks and piles of crates, piles of munitions, past bodies, slashing at enemies, knocking them over, pushing them down, tripping them up, cutting into their uniforms and their armor, jumping back towards the mech, taking this sword, and just plunging it straight into the central power core infrastructure of this mech. Until you pull it out, spin around, make your way over to Vacutron, and can attack Vacutron as well. Now, the mech, on your way out, because of Reflect, you are taking half that damage back to yourself, so that is 7 harm coming back to you from Reflect.
Yep. Okay. Down to 6. That's my last shard.
Okay.
It's fine.
You were also painted a bunch from all those ABPs, but you blew the
it's
shard.
fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's fine. Yeah.
You get the gear part from blowing up the mech.
Nice.
And that is everything there. Vacutron, you're doing 14 damage to Vacutron through soak and barrier, which is very helpful. Now, Vacutron is actually a Valdivian enemy. So it is using the Valdivian's threat level. But you are...
What are we... Wait, what is that at? Oh, no.
It's at 3 out of 4. Yep.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
But you're bypassing the soak, you're bypassing the barrier. It is going to blow one of its shard.
Shard. Cool beans.
So does it have shard equal to threat?
Yep.
Ooh. Okay.
Also, I have Shred, if that matters.
Okay. Shred 1?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So, in the... I actually just wanted to ask, in the thing, did we have to do those sort of, like, challenges in that order?
No.
Specifically? Okay.
Cool beans. All right. So Vacutron is not dead.
No.
Which is great. All right. So I have greedy, so I have 2 attacks per action.
Okay.
So
Make
we're
that
gonna
all
run.
up.
Yeah, we're gonna run that shit back. Luckily, the mech is gone, so that's great. Cool. Another 6. It's another 14.
Okay. Blows another shard. And
Mhm.
shreds another soak.
Yep.
All right.
And the ABPs, do they still have shard?
No, you got through all of their shard.
Okay, so 14.
Yeah, you are attacking everybody again because of your arc
Yeah.
sword, so you just annihilate through all of them. So that is all the ABPs down, and 2 out of 3 shard blown from Vacutron. So I'm just gonna throw that up to 6 enemies.
Cool beans.
For the counter.
Then I'm gonna use my other action to do the thing we're actually here for.
Okay. Which is what?
I'm the strong man. So we're gonna connect those cables.
All right, so you run over to one side of the room. You actually have to sort of football. I don't know sports balls, where you shoulder check and spin off of them around the Vacutron. Slide down to a knee, pick up this mass of cables, and these are big industrial power cables, and there are multiple of them. So you are picking up this almost like 3-foot wide tangle of cables and having to drag that past Vacutron, which probably turns and tries to smack you with one of its arm cannons. You dodge out of the way, pulling these power cables with you over to the base of the gate. Go ahead and roll that smash for me.
Okay. Hey, Hayden, this really hurts. I just wanted to be honest. And we're gonna smash. Smash.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, jeez.
2, 2, 2, 5. You did pull through. Yeah, Vacutron almost actually did hit you there. But we see the camera slow-mo as you do the Matrix thing underneath Vacutron's giant beam arm cannon as it swings to the side. You slide on your knees with this massive cables to the gate, and you can start shoving them into the different power outlets. That takes care of that. That's both of your actions.
Yep. It me.
I will say, Nibbles, you do still have your normal action economy. You are just currently trapped inside Vacutron. But the rest of the three of you.
Okay, so Nibbles,
Reload.
famously, Nibbles' way of hacking is just by eating things.
Love it.
Is it? Now I'm hearing the suggestion that Nibbles should just reload and blast out.
Yes.
We like that better than hacking?
The visual on that's pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
Is that Jack? Will you tell me if there's any shard on this Vacutron? We've heard it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see this is a big enemy.
One more shard?
There's one more shard.
left.
I can shoot it first.
Do it.
By all means.
I am just going to level my high-tech pistol at it and fire.
All right.
And that goes through everything,
Okay.
but except shard.
It blows its last shard.
And then actually, well, now you can do your thing, Nibbles.
I will say, Hank, you have six points of. Actually, you did that twice. You have 12 points of paint.
Wait, do I?
Right? Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
All the ABPs.
There were 3 of them, right?
I activated 3. Target rich environment. Yeah.
There were 6 of them. Oh dear.
There were a dozen or more of them. I'm just nice and cap it at 6.
That's fair. Hey, please kill them.
12 points of paint on you. Esme, you get a point of paint from Vacutron as well.
This one does it too. Darn.
Yep. Okay. That was one action from Esme.
Do you want to take another one, Esme?
I'm gonna spend my I'm gonna do the thing I'm supposed to do too. I'm gonna try and put in the coordinates and going to hit the I'm gonna spend my downtime die because this needs to work. And yeah.
All right, roll that cyber for me.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Excellent. You blast away the last of the ablative armor on Vacutron and then run over to the computer system off to one side of the gate. Pull out a little data pad with the target coordinate data in there, plug it into the computer, start uploading that, and typing through all the commands to get this gate network to accept your input and target what is hopefully the correct coordinates. That's two out of
Hopefully.
three systems of the gate activated, and both of your actions. Nibbles and Hayden.
Hey Nibbles, out of curiosity, how good are you with Sly?
You know, I'm okay at it.
Okay.
Is Hayden not good at it?
I
No.
will say,
Here's the
Oh,
voice
dear.
of
we're real close to break. And we have
Alright.
the other operation to do. So,
Alright,
So
I'll
I
do that.
mean, I will say, can I make an argument, Jack, that we could use Cyber for climbing up on top of the gate and positioning the power converter since it needs to be precise.
I'll take that at -2 dice.
Jeez.
Nibbles can do here. Nibbles
That
can do
puts
a
me in the
Cyber.
same position.
Or sorry, a Sly. Nibbles can do a Sly,
Okay.
or Nibbles can help you do a Sly.
There is
Right.
the assist
Ooh,
action,
we do like that.
and
Uh,
any of our audience being able to spend channel points for action dice.
Oops,
Uh,
my finger slipped. Oh no, where'd
here's-
those points come from?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my free reload from Quick.
Nice.
I'm going
Oh, yeah.
to use Cyber to shoot this Vacutron. Does that have Keen?
Vacutron does not have keen.
Alright, I'm rolling 3 dice. I got a 6.
Let's
Bam.
go, baby.
That's 16 harm.
Okay. Do you go through soak?
Do I go through Soak? Sorry, I am putting this in the chat here. I go through Barrier and Resilient. I do not go through Soak, it looks like.
Okay, so it is going to eat 3 of that through soak. Fortunately, it was shredded twice. It had a soak of 5. You go through barrier, which is nice because it has 5 barrier, and its shard is all gone. So that is 13 damage straight to the HP of this Vacutron, which does blast straight
Okay.
through.
Let's
Alright,
go.
that was one action.
That's a beam cannon. Does that hit anyone else? Like hit any other enemies?
I don't
on
think
the
there's
outside?
anybody left.
There's
You
nobody
destroyed the
left.
mech, you killed all the ABPs. Yeah, you've
Yeah, there's
decimated this room.
this room's
Annihilated.
clear.
Yeah.
Room's clear.
I'm gonna take the split power, cost another 2 biotech for an extra action, which I'm going to use to run up to this to the pedestal,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna roll Sly here,
Yep.
and I'm gonna try my best,
Assist action.
and that's a full success.
All right.
Oh,
Yes, so from within inside Vacutron, we see the glowing green energy beam from your rifle emanate from the grill. There is a pulse and then an explosion as the whole front side of Vacutron gets blasted outward in this green energy beam. Shrapnel flying all over the place, smoke pouring out from inside Vacutron, out filling into the room. And from the rubble of Vacutron, I imagine Nibbles jumps out. The body of Vacutron slams backwards down onto the floor, and Nibbles breaks down into your rat swarm, rushes scattered throughout the entire facility over to the gate, starts climbing up this circular gate structure all over the place, and we see all of your rats working in unison together, grabbing onto these different power converters, power couplers, and positioning them into place, and they all clamp down around the gate as all of your rats scurry down, fall down, and reform into Nibbles in front of the gate itself.
I'm so proud
Alright.
of Nibbles. I'm
Now
so
that-
proud of Nibbles.
Now
You're
that the
ready to
gate-
go to space?
Now that the gate has power, now that the power is appropriately being funneled into the gate, and you have the coordinate data uploaded, we see pretty much immediately, as soon as that is accomplished, this swirl of bluish-purple energy. There's no Stargate kawoosh flush from this, but it is this vortex of sort of psionic teleportation energy that spins from the interior of this this metallic-like circle until it sort of whirlpools out from the back, and it is almost like this miniature psionic purple-blue whirlpool that is suspended inside this ring. There are no more enemies left. The gate is activated. I'm not going to worry about another going through the phases. I'll drop you guys some drops, which you can pick up on the way out, and we can see our four Cyberrat operatives on Operation Cheese Cutter survive, bounding their way, beaten a bit, a lot of resources spent, but rushing towards this gate as one after another, the four of them jump into the psionic whirlpool, and the screen flashes white. And that's where we're going to go on our break. You guys made it. Well done. You guys made short work of Vacutron. I thought I made Vacutron beefy, but you guys really
Nope.
blasted through them.
Huh?
I did get to suck up one rat swarm.
You did.
Didn't get to do anything with it, but you know, it
Nibbles
did
is
what
a
it said
great
on the tin.
vacuum, so.
I will say one of you can grab a missile on your way out as well, because that's
Yes,
part
please.
of
Earned it. You
mayhem
earned
mode.
it.
All right.
I'll pass it to my brother.
Thank you so much, Chloe, for the $50 towards our mayhem meter. I hope you enjoyed Vacutron. I had a lot of fun. It scared these guys shitless. And they have a missile to play with up on the bridge of the mothership when we get to it next week. We're going to go on a quick break, take 10 minutes, get up, stretch your legs, do all the human things you need to do, and then make sure to sit your butt right back down because we have Operation Intolerant Lactose coming up on our second half, because we have yet another whole team up on the ship headed towards the mothership itself. That's going to be super fun. We're going to pick up with that in a few minutes. Everybody enjoy your break and check back shortly. Hello and welcome back to RPGs Uncovered, or I should say we are back. Hello. It is time for part 2 of the second half of part 1 of our 2-part season finale of Cyberrats Corpo-Rat Shills. It was a nice, easy breezy first mission for our first group assaulting the gate facility, the military gate facility, and leading them up into presumably the bridge of the mothership. But that was just one of our Cyberrats teams to help make sure that this mission is a success one way or another. Both teams are going on simultaneous primary missions to assault the mothership and to end the interloper threat once and for all. We open up, our screen fades in from that bright, blinding white flash that we saw as the other operatives jumped in through that teleportation gate. But we do not follow that wormhole wherever it may take us. We instead flash and turn upwards towards the ship, hurtling out into space. We see the blue-green orb of the Earth getting smaller and smaller in the background as the ship, the GDG-commandeered alien UFO, shoots off into space, curves around the moon, and we see the interloper mothership. Now, so far, we've thought the ship, the player base, was large, being the size of a small, of a medium size, really, like corporate complex. It's a big ship, a big saucer-like UFO spaceship that housed, of course, a big engineering core, computer core, all kinds of living facilities, all kinds of empty rooms that were not fully excavated or utilized, docking bays for the tactical blimp, all kinds of rooms. So it's not a small ship by any means. The alien mothership is massive. We don't quite get the scale until the ship, the player ship, draws closer and closer to the moon, closer and closer to the interloper UFO, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The alien interloper mothership is probably the size of New York. It is a city-sized UFO. It is massive. This, in fact, is where your own ship originally came from, and it's not the only one harassing, or previously harassing, the Earth, as well as who knows how many other transport ships, attack vessels, whatnot, and plenty of its own internal facilities on the mothership itself. This will be no small task getting to it, into it, and through the inner workings of this ship in order to destroy it once and for all. But we're certainly going to try now, aren't we? Because of the successful operation against the Valdivian research and development sector and the acquisition of the Custodian's head, we managed to download not only the coordinates for the mothership, but managed to program a stealth flight vector that should get them up to close to the mothership without being detected. We've also figured out how to activate the shields of our own ship, and we have the shield harmonic frequency for the mothership itself, allowing our ship's shields to match its shields and pass right through it, hopefully to the docking bay unbothered. Shortly. As we approach the mothership, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger, our shields shimmering, their shields shimmering, we zoom on inside of our own ship through that large viewport that we've seen previously as Director Imalaya's office. Previously only looking out against the slow-moving clouds and Earth beneath when they were simply at high altitude. Now, however, Director Imalaya is not in her gray and white pinstriped power suit, but is in actual corporate military fatigues. As with pretty much everybody else on the bridge of our ship, as well as many of the engineers, various personnel here. I believe somebody mentioned during the last performance review how unfair it was that the director did not go into battle herself, nor anybody else in the ship. But now the whole ship, all the personnel, the director, is flying towards the greatest threat humanity has faced thus far. And we see her, arms crossed, staring out the viewport towards this city-sized mothership. And then we hear alarms start going off. Brr, brr, brr. And the camera pans over to a tactical display, and we see that large red blip that is the mothership, and emerging from it, 3 much smaller red blips moving quickly in your direction. We pull out once more and we see the star field around us, the moon off to one side, the mothership in front of us, and emerging from that, we see 3 much smaller, even smaller than the GDG ship, emerge from the mothership and quickly make their way, spinning and weaving through space. 3 attack vessels, 3 much smaller UFO attack vessels move in your direction. They power up weapons and begin firing at your ship, blasting against the shields that you fortunately figured out how to use. We see the green rippling effect as plasma bursts hit the energy curtain around your shield, and you zoom through space past these 3 ships who stop without momentum at all. Of course, it is space, but they're also alien UFOs, and without losing any sort of momentum, zip off in pursuit. Your ship and these 3 attack vessels are dogged throughout space until you reach the energy curtain of the mothership. Your shields are getting dangerously low, and you can fire back to these ships, but they have shields of their own, and your weapon systems are either not fully powered, or you don't fully know how to use them, because once again, this is an alien ship you are not familiar with, but you are holding them off well enough. You get to the mothership's shields, and there's a tense moment when you press your shields up against their shields. If the shield harmonics is wrong, your ship will crumple like an accordion against the powerful mothership shields. But there is a phasing to both of these shields in time as you slip right by. With that, however, as in the split moment that both of these shields match and cancel each other out, your ship is pummeled with plasma fire from the 3 other attack vessels that are in pursuit. And then they too bypass the mothership shields and begin swarming around your ship. You are in front of the main docking bay for the mothership. And those doors aren't opening. You have access codes for them, but they're not opening. The tactical display shows that the outer locking mechanisms have been activated on this ship. Whatever little bit of time that they had to scramble these fighters, they also used to secure the docking bay. Somebody's going to have to go out there and manually open the docking bay. One, or possibly, preferably, all 4 of you will need to head out on the hull of your ship, EVA over to the exterior hull of the mothership, and blast open the clamps holding down those doors, while your own ship does everything it can to maintain its position and fire and hull integrity against the 3 alien vessels currently attacking. So our camera zooms back in through that viewport. We see personnel on our ship scrambling from station to station. We hear shouts, firing cannons, double-checking our shields, shield integrity down to 43%. Director Imalaya issuing orders, and the camera snakes through the hulls of our ship down to our own docking bay, we see the tactical blimp, one of two in all of its majesty, still sat parked in our own docking bay, and we see the other 4 Cyberrat operatives we have, Packrat, Freighter Joe, Ian, and Ash McDagle, all geared up in spacesuits at this point. They're not today's modern, bulky, big, white, pillow person spacesuits. These are sleek, alien-inspired, almost Star Trek Enterprise spacesuits. You still have all of your normal armor and equipment, but you do also have to remember that there is a thin layer of fabric and glass and polymer and whatnot between you and the nothingness of the void. And instead of climbing onto the tactical blimp, we see the docking bay doors open. There's a shimmer of this energy shield in front of that door, preventing the atmosphere from being sucked back out. And we see our 4 Cyberrat operatives walk out of this docking bay, magnetic boots clamping down on the exterior hull of their own ship, and begin making their way up the curvature of this UFO, looking out into space. We see the moon off to one side, the big mothership looming in front of us, impossibly large now that we are right up next to it, and spinning and weaving and juking back and forth in impossibly quick and impossibly erratic movements. We see those 3 attack vessels, and as our 4 operatives make their way to the front of our own ship and assess the situation, we see drop pods shoot out from the bottom of these attack vessels and slam into the upper hull and the exterior hull of not only our ship, but also the mothership. And pouring out from inside of them, we see more of those crystalline slag enemies. And on laser chains being pulled out of these drop pods with them, these large 12-foot long 6-legged cyborg-like reptiles. We have slags and robo-reps. Currently, the 4 of you are on the exterior of your ship, out in space, looking at, as I described. You need to hold your own position, make sure you can get back in the ship, make sure none of those enemies get into the ship, and you also need to have at least one of you, possibly more, get over to the docking bay doors and release 2 big clamps, preventing those doors from opening. Because this is space, you do have thruster packs on your suit. You can move in 3 dimensions. I will say the entire ship itself, or at least in the actionable part of the ship that you're going to be engaging in, is going to be a full 3 bands in any direction. And then it's another 2 bands to the docking bay doors, which you will need to EVA to. Again, feel free to ask questions.
How many robo-reps are there, and how close are they to each other?
Well, all of these drop pods are being dropped all throughout the top of the ship. You're almost being surrounded by them. You could try the same. All right, this isn't Esme anymore. I don't need to worry about gravity balls from her, at least. I mean, again, the motto of this whole season finale is target-rich environment. So, do you have what are you trying to do? Would probably be a better question.
Are there ones? I have a mag bomb.
Sweet.
Are there ones that are on the surface of the mothership?
Yes, but from where you are currently, that is 5 range bands away.
Right. Okay. In that case, I am going to I just say to the others, I'm gonna start softening them up. follow me, and I'm gonna shoot at the biggest group. Well, actually, I will shoot at the biggest group within close, near, and far range that I can hit.
Baby.
Okay. So if you want, you can use a movement to get right up to one of these pods. That would put you that would put them at close range, another pod at near range.
Actually, no. I'll just do near and far range because I remember I put shred on my weapons, so I don't
Gotcha.
want to shred myself.
All right.
Because it also has burst. Okay, so I will shoot a near and a far enemy in a group.
Now this you are targeting individuals, not whole groups.
Yes.
Right? Gotcha.
Just an individual in that group because I have it. The weapon has burst.
So each one of these drop pods, I'm going to say there are 5 of them that sort of shoot down in sort of a pentagram placement around you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can move off to one side and be able to get 2 out of 3 of those range bands covered. And in each one has 2 slags and 1 robo-rep.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot that. I'm gonna shoot. I think the robo-rep for each of them.
All right.
That's a 6.
All right. What damage are you dealing?
It let's see. It deals 4 damage to the robo-reps and 1 damage to each of the slags. It has lethal, so it that's what
Lethal bypasses barrier and resilient.
Yes. And it has shred, so it shreds all of them as well. And they're also knockback, so they're each going to be knocked back a range band.
Incredible.
And I am going to move up a range band because I have oomph. And then it also has greedy, so I'm gonna do that again.
All right, let's pause here. You have way too many tags on this weapon. There are 5 of these. Okay, all right. Let's see. What are we doing here? You are targeting both robo-reps. How much damage are you doing? 4?
4 to the robo-reps.
4 to the robo-reps. That bypasses barrier, but not soak. Okay.
But it does shred soak.
It does shred soak. Okay, gotcha. So that is going to blow a shard on 2 out of 5 of these robo-reps.
Okay. And then it also does, because of burst, it does 1 damage to everyone, to everyone
else.
Close to that.
All right. That is going to... That's gonna... the slags are gonna eat that with barrier.
It does the lethal still apply to burst?
My first instinct is to say no, because this is just sort of collateral damage.
Okay.
Alex, you're on Creator Insight. What do you think?
I think I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Shred still applies, though, because that's how, like, grenades work, right?
Yeah.
That's
So-
how you would rule it?
I think so. So yeah, I mean, grenades are kind of weird, but yeah, I think so.
Well, because grenades have the actual shred quality. Yeah.
The grenades don't actually do damage inherently.
Yeah.
They just do the tags to everyone nearby.
Yeah, I'll go ahead with that. Sure. I've given you enough script for you to make an utterly ridiculous weapon. Sure. So that is going to shred. But not apply lethal is what we're going with.
Okay.
On the slags. Okay. Well, joke's on you. They don't have any soak anyway.
And then they get knocked back. I move forward, and it has greedy, so I'm doing that
Gotcha.
attack again.
All right. Okay.
So all
same
that
thing all
happens a
around.
second time.
All right. That blows another shred on both of these robo-reps, and then 1 damage to each of those 4 slags, which eats up their second of 2 barrier. So their barrier is gone.
Okay. And they are knocked back, and I move forward. Can I target other people now? Are there other people in range that I could target? Just to blow more shred off of everything.
Sorry, ask that again.
Are there other pods that are in range of me that I could target for this now that I'm further up?
So you knocked them back twice and then moved up twice.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
That would put one of the other pods at far range from you.
Okay. I'll target that one, and I guess the only near one still.
Well, you have 2 in front of you, and then the other one would be behind. So you can't connect a line from the one in front of you to the one behind.
Okay, I'll just hit these ones again.
Yeah.
Just.
Ooh. Okay. I lose 1 HP from that.
All right, you lose 1 HP.
Oh dear.
But it does go through, so that is going to... the Robo-Reps have no more shard to deal with, so how much damage are we actually doing? You said 4?
4.
All right. All right.
And then same knocking them back and moving forward. Are they like off the edge of the ship at this point?
This has lethal as well, right?
Yes.
All right, that bypasses their resilient, and you take out 2 of these Robo-Reps. And they would go spinning off into space at this point. The burst from the others is just going to do 1 damage to the slags. Now, these slags do have the glowing blue property. And blue is sly. So they do not take damage from anything other than sly.
Okay.
So they're not actually going to take any damage.
I'm gonna turn around then, I think, and just hit one of the as many of the ones behind me that I can hit now.
Okay. You can attack one of the other Robo-Reps back there.
Okay. That's another 6.
Okay, that'll blow through its shard.
All right. Also, if it becomes relevant later, one of the tags I have is sticky. So they can't move.
Okay, so they can't move. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. How much damage would you have done to these slags?
For this gun.
4. So the slags have reflect as well. So all of that burst damage, let me just double check the deals half of any harm back, and burst does harm. Yeah.
But I
Uh,
can soak it.
You can. Okay, so that is a lot of individual little 1 points of reflected damage to you. The Robo-Reps do not. Go ahead and take 2 gear parts because they explode into gear parts. And yeah, then you soak all of that incremental reflect damage. All right. What's next?
Hi. Joe,
Yeah,
can you get us to the door?
sure.
All right. We'll give you a
Drive
head
on.
start. Yes. Absolutely. Um, is there a robo rep near to me or close to me? Any left?
There is one. The one that Esme just attacked is close to you. There are 2 more in near range, but kind of opposite each other.
Cool beans. I would really love to hijack one of those.
All right. They are robotic enemies, even though they have a organic center to them.
Fantastic. So let's see. So it's one of the robo reps and then the slaggy guys.
Yes.
Okay. So it deals that enemy's harm to a target of my choice.
Yep.
And you activate 1 less enemy this round,
Yes.
which is pretty nice.
So the Robo Reps do have this sort of railgun on the top of their back that can shoot out to near range. Probably not a railgun. Some sort of like laser turret.
Okay. Well, whatever their harm is, like whenever you activate one, whatever that harm is, it's going at one of the slags. Is there another target that I can shoot? Like would it affect one of the ships maybe?
In what way?
I don't know, like if it could shoot one of the UFOs messing with our stuff.
And any of your personal firearms are not going to do any damage to
I mean,
ships.
I figured it.
Yeah.
It was a rep. Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, just one of the slags. Unless there's another target that I don't have to worry about getting through their sly or whatever. I don't know if that counts. I don't know.
So you want the Robo Rep to just attack one of the slags is what you're saying. Got
Yeah,
it.
that's the power.
Yes. Easily enough done. So the Robo Rep is going to turn, and since they're right next to each other, is just going to chomp down on the leg of one of these slags. Now, powers don't usually go through glowing, but this is one enemy attacking the other. I'm gonna go with it.
Thank you.
Sure. So that's gonna do 3 damage to one of the slags. This one over here. 3 damage to the slag. That is going to eat up its barrier, and then apply 1 damage to its HP. All right.
Cool. And then
Does the reflect apply to the Robo Rep?
Yeah, I'll say it does. So that's 2 damage back to the Robo Rep, and it blows its shard.
Yeah, and then just gonna wait for Joe.
All right, Joe.
Yeah. So you're still next to me?
Yes, I haven't moved.
Okay. And how many range bands is it up there?
Up where?
To the door. To the door.
To the docking bay door. 5 range bands away.
5? Okay.
It'll take 3 to get to the edge of your ship, and then 2 more range bands at EVA.
All right. Grab on.
Grab it.
I have 11 biotech, and just like on 3V, costs 1. So
Yep.
I'm going to do this 5 times.
All right.
Perfect.
We're here. What do we see?
I
I just grab not pack rat. Sorry,
Pack
this is
rat.
pack rat, right?
Yeah.
I just grab pack rat and go. We're just running.
Just running. All right. Yeah. No fancy gadgets you're doing. We just see that biotech get suffused through your body. I imagine an almost Bane-like bulking, and we see the
Yeah.
all the blood vessels throughout your body bulge and almost start to glow this like slight green color as you grab Pack Rat, and just in the span of 20 seconds, not even of 10 seconds, you clear in 0G from your ship straight to the docking bay doors on the exterior of the mothership. You blitz past all of these other slags and robo-reps, but there are even more still stationed at this door. Here you can see, of course, this is a massive door. It needs to be large enough for a ship of your size to fly in. So on one side, at far range, you have one of these large locking mechanisms. It looks like this sort of swivel arm that is swiveled into place and then has basically this gigantic screw that is screwed into that part of the door. And then the same thing on the other side at far range from over there. And we can see more of these drop pods being shot out of the attack vessels, landing on the mothership this time. We also see a number of turrets pop up out of the mothership and start taking aim at your ship. Your ship is the biggest threat here. So the artillery fire from the ships, from the attack vessels and the mothership, is currently focusing on your UFO and not you guys individually, but they are there.
Okay. Freighter Joe, you take one, I'll take the other. We'll take the other.
Okay. You said the other one's on the at far range.
Yeah, they are both far range. Just one's off to your left, one's off to your right.
Got it. I will pop another 2 biotech to get there.
All right.
I've not used any actions yet.
Yep.
And then what is it? Strength or smash to open this?
If that's how you would, like to attempt it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab it. That's a full success there.
All right. So what do you do?
So this is like on the door, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just grabbing it and putting all my weight into it.
All right. Yeah, you can turn up the magnetization on your boots and clamp yourself down to the hull of this mothership. Grab onto this gigantic screw that is screwed into the ship, and it probably does have little grip places because anything automatic needs to have manual overrides that you can apply. So it probably has these little spokes that you can hold on to, and you push with all of your might, and it does begin to turn loose.
Okay.
Really?
And then there's no one in here except for us, right?
I mean, there's people coming to us.
Yeah,
Right.
drop pods have landed. Target rich environment.
Yeah.
There are targets.
And in fact, that should just be a tag for both of these operations. I'm now making a tag target rich environment. There are always enemies.
All right. All right. Then I don't even know if this is helpful. I'm gonna toss an arc grenade down to where the drop pod just opened up.
Sure. Nice.
Very nice.
So this targets all enemies at near range. To where I throw I throw this, and since it's arc, basically they all take harm equal to how many people there are.
All right. Now with grenades, you'll have to remind me. Is there a range with those?
So it's all creatures at near range.
But how
here.
far can you throw it?
Let me see exactly how it's written here. Grenade, where are you? I think it is just
I assume if it targets everything in near range, you should throw it at least far range, so you don't catch yourself.
So it's I toss it to near range.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I toss it to near range, and then all creatures close to that range
Okay.
take 1 harm
Gotcha.
per the number of enemies.
Okay. All right. In that case, yeah, you can toss it to the closest pod at near range and get all 3 of them in that pod. So that again is 2 slags and a Robo-Rip.
Okay, and then they remove 2 soak as well.
Okay, so it does 3 damage and 2 soak.
Yeah. And if that killed any, I don't think that killed anyone. Okay. And then I still have an action left, so I'm just going to help Pack-Rat with my last action.
How are you assisting from so far away?
That's a fair question. Okay, I will use my jetpack to jet back over. I can move up to far range. So I'm going to jetpack right back over to where I started next to him, and then I'm just going to be ready for whatever he needs, giving a helping hand.
All right.
Are you... Do you still have the necessary biotech for more
I'm
movement?
fine. I'm fine.
Great. Let's move.
Okay. You want me to use another 2 to get you over there?
Yeah.
Right, using another 2 to get you over there.
All right.
Fantastic.
And then
Using
I'm gonna
all
pop
that
a bio-
biotech.
I'm gonna pop a bioinjector to take.
Wait,
you back.
no. Well, I mean,
Nope.
I suppose that's fine.
To take
I
you
mean-
back to 4.
Fair. I was gonna say I've got,
I just don't want to be out. I just don't want to be out.
that's legit. I've got data loss. We can always make it happen, Cap.
So that's me.
Okay. So now that we're here, Pack-Rat is going to cyber into this shit.
All right. You want to rip open the panel next to this giant mechanism and get into the inner workings of the machine.
Yes. So we've had some time because we took a copy of the schematics and effectively the owner's manual for the ship. So I think we have a pretty good understanding of how their tech works. Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Well, just for this, I'm gonna cyber,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to lay down the groundwork.
Yeah.
To take control. I want the ship in my ship. In my ship now.
You can't take control of the entire ship.
Well, sure, but I want to take at least sections of it, like piece by piece, as we're going along. Like,
I mean, right now you can hack into the door lock mechanism. Is about all you have access to.
Right. Sure. Again, laying groundwork.
Sure.
For later.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a working knowledge of at this point have a working knowledge of how to interface with interloper technology. Enough that it's certainly doable.
Excellent. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna use an action to hack.
All right. And was Freighter Joe assisting with an action there?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So you get plus 1 die on top of that.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna roll it just so that it's legit. I don't need to worry about the door. Oh yeah. Cool.
Full success.
Full
All
success.
right. You hack into the mechanism there, and you command the computer to start loosening the docking bay, that locking mechanism. Awesome.
And can I use Scout to just open the door? Both locking mechanism? Yeah, but
yeah. Now I did say start to unlock, start to loosen.
Sure.
It's going to take at least 1 more action for both of these locking clamps to detach.
I've got another action.
All right.
I mean, I'll use more scout. um, yeah, I'll use scout again.
Okay. You just
Here's
want to
the
use
big-
scout on the locking mechanism itself and continue the process you've already begun.
Yeah, and if I'm already connected to the door, then I'm gonna also sort of fast track the other side since Freighter Joe's over here.
Sure.
Hell
Sure.
yeah.
It will take a second use of that power.
That's fine.
So mark off the biotech for that, but sure.
Taken.
Yeah, so with that, both of these locking mechanisms do complete their loosening spin. There's a burst of atmosphere and pressure as the interior of this locking mechanism is exposed to space. The nuts fly away from the door itself, and you can push. You can tell the computer to just swing those swivel arms to the side, and then you can use yet another use of Scout to open the main door if you would like.
I will absolutely do so.
All right, you guys are chewing through your biotech, but you are getting things done.
Fine. That's a renewable resource. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I still have one action.
Yep.
Cool beans. Target rich environment.
Yep.
I'm gonna shoot. Let's see. I'm gonna shoot one of the Robo-Reps.
All right.
I'm gonna use oomph to get in through the door.
Okay. So you're not worried about going back into your ship. You just want to throw yourself into the docking bay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
okay.
I can hide somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say the docking bay is pressurized and obviously has gravity. So where you are, if you just walk in through the shield of that, you will fall. You could alternatively spend some moves to get down to actual gravity floor level and walk in that way.
Okay.
But that's 2 moves down to there.
I mean, I've only got one shot, and that momentum puts me. Yeah.
So you're gonna. Okay, so you want to take a shot and use oomph to move further down towards ground level, and then just throw yourself in and fall the rest of the way.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, make an attack against that Robo-Rep.
Okay. Yeah. That is. No, that's correct. Peace out, you see.
All right.
Cool. Full success. Alrighty. Now I was smart and made a good gun. If there is a creature near or far from here, that'd be great. But my Ples gun has pierce and lethal.
Okay. That goes past soak. That goes past barrier and does how much damage?
4.
4 against another Robo-Rep that is going to blow its shard there. And you're asking about range bands because of beam?
Yes.
Is there another pod? Yeah, there's another pod. So,
Sweet.
other Robo-Rep, or do you want to hit some slags? A slag.
Hit some slags. Now, did we notice that the tech gun or the smash gun didn't work? Because we know about the different colors now, right?
Yeah. You would have,
Okay.
whether you were on the previous mission or not, you would have all had the mission reports. You know that these guys
Gotcha.
are only damaged by sly actions.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll remember that for next time.
All
yeah.
right.
So that's you, boy.
Gotcha. So the mission objective of opening the door is pretty much complete. Now you just need to get inside. You can either head back inside your own ship, or do what Pack-Rat is doing and just throwing yourself into the docking bay. I will say, Pack-Rat, since you are falling quite a ways, I mean, you could just eat that with one of your shard. It would do an amount of damage more than your soak, so
Okay.
you would blow a shard from fall damage.
Okay. Hey, Trader Joe, you want
Yeah.
some biotech back?
I'd love some.
Great. Okay, so take 3 true harm.
Okay. And that bypasses. Like, it still goes to shard, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I lose a shard. Ouch. But I get 3 biotech.
Get 3 biotech back. Yep.
I have plenty now. I have 7.
Nice.
Don't worry about me. I'm made of biotech.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it for me.
And Pack-Rat, do you also get that much biotech?
I do.
With data loss.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so you both get 3 biotech. Excellent. This is all just the first round, right? So that's Pack-Rat, that's Freighter Joe, that's Ash. Ian, what are you doing?
I think seeing that Pack-Rat has gone inside the ship, I think what Ian is going to do is use his 2 actions to move, and then he's going to target one of the slags with lightning strike.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, so you're using both of your actions to move, and then you're using a power to lightning strike. Do you want to 2 range bands towards the edge of the ship and then to the docking bay, or 2 range bands back to your own docking port?
Towards the docking bay that Pack-Rat just disappeared into.
All right, you can get almost to the edge of your own ship and pass by a number of these aliens in the meantime. So what is this lightning strike going to do? 4 damage to 1 near or far target. One of the robo-reps up here has blown through all of its shard if you want to do some damage to it. Otherwise, target rich environment.
Crispy.
I will happily make it crispy if it is blown through its defenses.
And that actually knocks out that robo-rep as well. 4 damage.
Cool.
Awesome. So you get a gear part because of robotic. Derposaurus Rex 3 donated $25. Thank you so much for your support. That puts us at that puts us halfway through to our next mayhem meter. So if we get $25 more, that'll tick the mayhem meter once again. 75 out of 100 is our new goal up there.
Let's
All
go,
right.
baby.
So that takes out the robo-rep. Let me plug these into our drops. So that is 3 robo-reps down. Nobody else was dropped. All right. Okay. That was both your actions to move. I believe that's everybody. All right. Back around to our first enemy phase. That was one hell of an opening round, guys. I mean, you pretty much completed your entire objective in 1 round there. You just need to now safely get inside.
Freighter Joe promise. That's the Freighter Joe promise.
Awesome. Nice. Okay. No conditions to have to worry about triggering reactions. So I'm gonna have to punish you guys for this. I can only activate 4 enemies, however, because of hacking one of the robo-reps. Even though it's a target-rich environment, the rule states that I have to activate 1 less enemy. Alright, so I think that's just going to be... I mean, you've been eating through these robo-reps. Let's do... And at this point, Pack-Rat is inside, which makes it much more difficult for him to be targeted, leaving Joe pretty exposed on the exterior of the mothership. So I'm going to take 2 shots from these slags at Joe. So, Freighter Joe, you're going to take 4 harm.
That's a shard.
Alright, that blows a shard. You also get 2 stacks of bleed.
Ouch.
Joe bleed 2.
Ooh, that's gonna be a problem.
And you lose 1 biotech from draining.
That's fine. That's fine. I've got 6 left.
Good thing I gave you some.
The other slag that was going to shoot at Pack-Rat has to reposition now that Pack-Rat has dropped into the docking bay itself, and repositions back to Freighter Joe. That's another 4 harm, Freighter Joe.
That's another shard.
And another 2 bleed. You're up to 4 bleed and lose 1 more biotech.
That's gonna be that bleed is gonna be a problem.
Yes. All right. Back at Esme. You were bouncing around
Ash.
all over the place. Yeah, Ash, in fact. Let's see. You were moving about. Let's go ahead and one of the robo-reps is going to rush up towards you and chomp down on one of your legs. That is going to be 3 true harm, bypassing soak and barrier.
Ooh. Oh, that hits a shard.
All right. That's 1 shard from you. And Ian, you blitzed past a whole bunch. I don't think there's well, no, because Ash was blasting them further back, and then there was some the only one in range of you and Ash, the robo-rep, it went for Ash. So you're actually going to take a shot from a slag. So that is 4 harm from one of these slag cannons.
Okay. Does it pass through normally, or does it evade certain types of protection?
It does not bypass any defenses.
Cool, I'm gonna soak that.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
2 points of bleed for you, Ian.
Cool.
And -1 biotech.
Cool.
All right, that is all 4 of the enemies that I can activate. Now, change something in the battlefield. Well, there's a whole bunch of alien ships flying around the place, and you guys have largely completed your objective. Let's see. What do I want to do with these alien ships? I don't think it would be very fair for me to use a ship-to-ship weapon on you guys individually. It would probably disintegrate you in 1 blast. Plus, your own ship is providing a sort of flat cannon covering fire to help prevent that. But I think what we're going to do here, let's yeah. No, that's what we're gonna do. The force field on the docking bay goes down. And all of that atmosphere inside the docking bay is now expelled, along with a lot of alien contents from the docking bay and Pack-Rat quickly expelled back into space, hurtling towards your own ship.
Rude. That's rude.
It also means the docking bay is depressurized, which could make it easier for you to get into. I mean, there's no... there would still be gravity. Grav plating is different from atmosphere. So... I'm going to say, Pack-Rat, you are not expelled from the docking bay, because there is still gravity. What do I want to make this condition about?
Yeah.
There's not really a prone thing I need to worry about. I think that's all I'm going to change. It's been depressurized, and there's just a lot of junk floating through space at the moment. It's not going to do any appreciable damage to you.
Okay.
Because it's just a change in the environment. Is really all changed the battlefield. It really needs to be. Generating drops. There were 3 interlopers defeated. That is 3 tubes of biotech. It was a renewable resource
help.
after all,
I
apparently.
just need help.
All right.
Okay.
That is going to roll us back over to the player phase, at which time, Joe, you take 4 points of bleed.
Oh, that's half my health.
And Ian, you take 1 point of bleed.
Okay.
Does anyone have healing, please?
I have a med pack. Does it count?
I have
I have
healing.
bandage.
I have bandage.
I'm
Sweet.
feeling a little woozy here.
And bleed does
Okay.
specifically say that you lose 1 HP. It does not harm, it doesn't go through defenses, it just applies straight to your HP, and it remains. It can only be removed in place of healing. So next round, if that's not taken care of, another 4 points of bleed. And 1 respectively.
Okay. Did anyone else want the biotech? No. Okay.
You can take it.
I won't complain, but
Okay.
I'll take one. I'll take one.
Take one. Perfect.
All right. 1 for Freighter Joe, 2 for Pack Rat. Back to you guys.
Okay. I am going to shoot at the largest number of Robo-Reps that I can hit.
Okay. Well, they're pretty spaced out. You can hit 1 at a time at this point.
Okay. How far am I from Freighter Joe?
I'm just outside the door that Pack Rat opened.
And he was over by the big nut when it was released. So Ash, you are 4 range bands away from Freighter Joe.
Okay, gonna have to keep shooting and propel myself with this big gun.
Wait, how did that came to you?
Huh?
Yeah,
Oh,
how
I
did
can shoot 4 times in a turn. Don't worry. Yeah, so I'm just going to shoot 4 random Robo-Reps as I propel myself toward Freighter
all of the
Joe.
Robo-Reps in front of you, you have gotten rid of. So if you want to move towards Freighter Joe by shooting, you're going to have to shoot the slags.
Either way. Well,
and the slags do have glowing blue, so they are only harmed by sly attacks.
yeah.
Otherwise, you can turn around and deal with the Robo-Reps coming from behind you.
Well, the first one, I can still hit one of the ones behind me, right? Oomph just lets me move a range band after I fire.
Okay, it doesn't dictate which direction.
I don't have to follow it.
Okay.
I've just been doing that because
Right.
I also have knockback.
You could blast yourself
So
backwards.
It keeps them in range.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, so the one that just bit you, you can shoot that one and blast yourself backwards.
Ooh, I don't want to shoot that one though, at least not right away.
Okay.
His burst.
Yeah.
Right.
But I will shoot a different one if I can. If one is closer than far range is all I need.
It is not. No. The other Robo-Rep is I can only activate so many enemies per turn, but they would realistically be converging on your spot. So yeah, I'll say it's out in your range. Yeah, go ahead, shoot it.
I'll shoot one.
And then that'll burst to its 2 accompanying slags.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's going to eat up a shard on that one.
And I'll push them all back, and I will move 1 range band closer to Freighter Joe. And now that I'm near to the one that bit me, I will shoot it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that. Another 6 that blows its 2nd shard. All right.
It's gonna get pushed back and have sticky.
Okay.
And then any more Robo-Reps within far?
There are some on the ship itself that are now within range. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's great then. I'll start shooting them.
Okay.
That's another one.
All right.
And that's another one. And now I should be next to Freighter Joe.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use bandage ability to bandage to give him 2
Okay.
HP.
Which just removes my bleed, but thank you.
So you are
Do you
not.
not also get 2 HP?
It is in
Oh.
place of.
Head of.
Oh, okay. I don't use many abilities, so I'll actually give you another 2 HP.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
I'm out of biotech now. Oh wait, no, I forgot we don't have that dude here. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worth
So
it.
we see Ash open up on a number of different targets, and as you are firing, you are using the concussive force of your explosive rounds in conjunction with thruster bursts from your spacesuit to push yourself backwards and backwards and backwards until you slam your back into the hull of the mothership, turn, and begin working on Freighter Joe. Who's next?
Pointing at me, Q.
Uh-huh. I'm already inside. So like,
Yeah.
let's go.
I mean, I think Ian is sticking to kind of the same goal that he has had, which is just continuing to move forward and catch up with the rest of his team. Because all of you have just been sprinting your way. So
So you have one more band up to the edge of your own ship, and then 2 more EVA to the door.
yep. So I'm gonna move 2 range bands, and then I'm gonna use 2 powers. I'm gonna
Okay.
use bandage on myself to deal with my bleed.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use Lightning Strike again on whatever creatures are in near or far range of me. I know this is an enemy-rich environment, so I will take any target that seems appealing.
You can attack one of the Robo-Reps that has both of its shard blasted away, or you could attack one of 24 slags at this point.
I'll go with the Robo-Rep.
Okay. So that is 4 damage. Gotcha. Let's see. It's blown its shard. That takes out one of those Robo-Reps. All right. But that does leave you floating in space between your own ship and the mothership. A whole bunch of debris floating past you at this point, coming from the cargo bay, coming from pieces of the ship being blasted off of both your own ship and the attack vessels. It is dirty space out here. All right, who's next?
So I know it was mentioned target-rich environment. Is that the case for me?
Inside the bay. Now that it's been evacuated, no, not really.
Okay.
You're pretty safe at this point.
Okay.
I'd say the objective at this point is to get everybody and the mothership inside the docking bay and then seal the door.
Okay. Does this ship have like
a docking umbilical?
I can't think of the word.
Like
it's a beam?
A
tractor beam.
Tractor beam.
There we go.
Does this ship have a tractor beam? Yeah, it does.
Hell yeah. Cool beans. Can I get to where I could make that happen?
Yeah, you can use one of your moves to get over to a computer console. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm looking at the wording of scout. Disable a security system.
Hear dialogue on the other side of the wall. Unlock a door, or perform a similar feat. If I need to move and then hack with cyber, I can also do that.
Yeah, I think this is more sophisticated than just deactivating something.
Sure.
You are specifically telling a system to do something as opposed to just shut down. So there's, I'm gonna say, yeah,
Cool.
roll me a cyber.
Perfect. Don't think I have an extra die. Yeah. Let's go,
All right,
baby.
complete success. So you want to turn the tractor beam on and start pulling the ship in.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that'll Yeah, you know what? On its turn now that the door is open, the ship is going to propel itself forward, and then the tractor beam can assist. The ship is starting to clear the docking bay doors at this point. It's going to take one more round to get it all the way in because it's a big ship, but
Sure.
it is breaching the doors. Awesome.
Okay. All right,
Fredo Joe.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just gonna move. How far away is Pack-Rat from me?
You can't even see him. He is somewhere inside the docking bay.
It seems like that's where we need to go, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spend two. I'm gonna just like 3v Esme.
Ash.
Ash. Sorry, I got there. Gonna just like 3v Ash twice. Going forward in. And then I'm gonna take another 2 move bands towards. Can I see him yet if I move 2 range bands in?
Yeah, you were already up by one of the locking mechanisms. You can
Yep.
3v down to the floor and then make your way inside the docking bay. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, taking Ash with me.
Okay. So how many times are you using 3v?
Just twice.
Twice. Okay, so that will take you and Ash down to ground level exterior of the docking bay.
Okay. Where's the bomb?
The bomb is in your ship,
Which is being
being brought into the docking bay. Yeah, but you
So
would
there's
need to go back to your own ship's cargo bay and pull the bomb out.
Right. So there's not really anything for me to do here right now.
You could go get Ian.
Just spend all
I
of your
was just
biotech
like-
just zipping back and forth.
Yeah, Ian's just like chilling outside. It's fine. It's
You know
fine.
what? I will. I'll spend 2 move actions to climb back up to where we started. And then how far away is Ian?
You're going to spend another 2 biotech to go back to where you were.
No, I spent 2 move actions.
2 move actions to get back to where you were. Hayden
just
is equidistant from the mothership and your ship floating out in space. So 1 range band away to get to him, and then another range
Alright,
band to bring him back.
So I will 3v over,
Okay.
grab him, and 3v 2 more times.
So that's 5 uses of 3v.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Actually, you know what? I'll just 3v one last time to get everyone back.
6.
Now we're all down.
You're all in the docking bay. All right.
And I'm out of biotech.
You are out of biotech.
Oh my god.
Okay, you are all inside. And that's all of your actions now, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
That's
I'm
all
done.
of everybody's actions. Okay. So you need to survive 1 more round, then the ship will
Yep.
propel itself all the way into the docking bay, and then you're going to need to close and secure the docking bay doors so that they can't just follow you in. So we're gonna do 1 more enemy phase, and then you guys really blitzed through this particular operation. Bleed. You guys have taken care of all of your bleed quite expertly. Awesome. Triggering reactions. I can play around with all 5 of my enemies at this point. The Robo-Reps are not going to be able to follow to you guys, but fortunately there are a ton of slags still available, and they're going to rush and pretty much surround the whole perimeter of the docking bay door. Aim their rifles down inside the docking bay itself. And I will say, Q, you were off to one side dealing with a control console, so you're more out of the way. I can activate 5 enemies. Let's just see where they go. Do any of these guys have anything interesting they can do other than attack? At this point, not really. Yeah, they know they're not going to be able to prevent your entry, so I think they're just going to try to pummel you down as much as possible. So, first one, that is Ash. My D4 likes 3s today. Ash, you are going to take 4 harm.
Oh boy, that's a shard.
Alright. You gain 2 stacks of bleed.
Oof.
And you lose 1 biotech, if you have it.
Yeah.
Next one is going to be Freighter Joe. 4 harm.
That is a shard.
Alright.
2 bleed.
2 bleed, 1 biotech.
Yeah, out of biotech.
Alright. Yeah, you guys chose not to take down any of these slags. I'm punishing you for it. That is Freighter Joe once more. 4 harm.
Another shard. And another 2 bleed.
Ugh.
I just want to say thank you for that second bandage, because otherwise I'd be dead.
Yep. Pack Rat, 1 on you. So
No,
that
thank
is
you.
4 harm you as well.
No.
I don't think you
Okay.
have that power unlocked.
That's weird. I don't
No.
know.
So Pack Rat, 2 stacks of bleed for you. And
All right.
no, I've been rolling by the dice. That is Ash once more. 4 more
Okay.
damage your way.
Okay, that's my last shard.
All right, and 2 more bleed,
Ooh.
which is going to tick over pretty much immediately. Okay, change something in the battlefield. I don't think there's anything I really need. The thing I'm going to change is the alarm starts going off, but that was probably going to happen already. They know that the ship has been infiltrated at this point. We see the docking bay goes down to dim emergency lighting. There are these sort of holographic swirling warning beacons that start emanating from different holo projectors. And there's this strange, almost shrieking siren that goes off that seems to have some sort of psionic quality to it as well, because it not only hurts your ears, but it hurts your brain directly. Not enough to do any damage, but certainly enough to be super annoying. Generating drops. We got rid of 1 more Robo-Rep, but I think that was it. I think so. So you guys get 1 HP drop. So you can apply that to so somebody could. You don't need to use Cyber to staunch bleeding with an HP, only to stabilize someone from being injured. Correct?
Right. Right.
So someone can take an HP.
Yeah, Joe.
I would love to. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't you have 4 bleed again?
I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We don't want that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to roll us back around to our player phase. During which
Okay.
time, Ash, you take 4 HP.
Ouchie, my bones.
Oh,
Joe, you take 4 HP damage. Ian, you take... not Ian. Pack Rat, you take 2 HP damage.
didn't we? Wait, he got the HP. Didn't he? Can he use that for not bleed?
Yeah, you can apply that to not bleed. You're, that was Joe, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
you...
what I did.
I don't know why I completely blanked on that. Yeah, you did not recover any HP. You just used that to staunch your bleeding, so you don't lose any HP from that. But Ash takes 4, Pack-Rat takes 2.
Heard.
With that, as you are recovering from these wounds, you can spin and throw yourself back behind different alien crates and shelves and whatnot. The tractor beam and the actual propulsion of your own UFO propels it into the docking bay itself. I would like somebody, presumably Pack-Rat, to go ahead and... well, we need... I'll leave this up to you guys. We need the doors closed and we need the doors locked. Those are 2 separate actions.
I can close them. So, Pack-Rat can close them.
All right.
Yeah, Ash, you have a very concussive gun, yes?
Yes.
Pick your targets. Pick your targets. AKA, who do you want me to target for getting screwed?
Oh. They're all the ones that you attack with Sly.
It's true. If I need to, that's fine.
I have 0 Sly.
Okay.
If we want to, it's possible if they're near the exit, I could launch them into the vacuum of space before you close the door. If they're like within 1 range band.
I mean, are any of them like near where they could be blasted into space?
But Screwed wouldn't help with that.
I mean, you guys have magnetized boots and thruster packs. The aliens have the equivalent to it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Cool. Anybody else? Anybody else sneak? Ian, is Ian a sneaky boy?
I mean, Ian wants to be a thief.
Fantastic.
He's decent at it.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Joe.
No.
If we close the door, can you lock it?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna use 4 biotech. I'm going to use isolate on 2 targets.
Okay. 2 of the slags?
Yeah, 2 of the slags.
Okay, 2 of the slags are screwed.
I'm going to use one of my actions to do a heck and shoot, and the other one is going to be to begin closing the door.
Okay.
Okay. So, Sly to do a shooting. Do we have any action dice? I don't recall.
I don't think so.
There was one given out a long time ago. I don't know if it was used, but it was to you, Q.
I think that was used.
Okay.
Yeah, that was used.
Okay. I haven't seen one since.
But hey, audience, last couple minutes.
Oh,
Wait.
Chloe's saying wait.
Oh,
Waiting. Hell yeah.
hey.
Let's go, baby.
All right, action dice.
All right.
Thank you, Chloe.
Okay. Do they have any keen?
The slags do not have any keen. They're just glowing
Blessed.
blue.
That's perfectly fine. All right, so we're rolling with 3 dice, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
Finally rolling Sly. That only rolled 2 dice.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Let's try that again. Why do you hate me, friend? Oh, I see what happened.
You can just slash R.
Yeah.
Just so we keep that 4 in case. Another 4.
Still
All
a
right.
4.
Yeah, so you would get painted or taunted. It doesn't really matter as long as you can get these doors closed. But I'll say taunted. You shoot, and pretty much all of the slags that point pivot and lock in on your position. You are taunted.
Oh, cool.
But that does actually hit. So what does that do?
Alrighty. So that one is screwed.
Yep.
So that's 4. Oh, I missed a die. Fully missed a die. It's fine.
Did you have another
I did. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe
slash
one
Argon?
more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
It's the finale. I'm not gonna nickel and dime yet.
Ooh,
That's a full success. All right. Not that complication mattered much, but that means I don't get a conditional complication either. But damage.
Yeah. So that is 4 harm. It is lethal and it has pierce.
Okay.
So screwed gives double harm, so that's 8.
8. Okay. Goes through barrier and yeah, that is going to take out that slag.
Fantastic.
You do, however, as these slags have done before, you shoot it and it looks in your direction, and as you see the spider line cracks begin to take its crystalline form, it gives into the fate that it has, and it throws its arms forward, and as it explodes, the shards of its crystalline body flow through the depressurized cargo bay and hit you for half of whatever damage you just did. So 4, I believe. 4 harm back at you. They have reflect as well.
That is another shard. It do be like that sometimes, don't it? So yeah, and then the other my other action is to close the door.
All right. I assume that's a cyber check.
Yeah. Cool. Full success. Let's go, baby.
All right. The doors.
What would it take to lock the door?
I don't know. How are you locking this door?
Is there like a comical lock that I can turn or slam into place with my big muscles?
Yeah, like I said, there needs to be manual overrides for anything that has that is automated. You dealt with the ones outside, but I would assume that just like any door, you could lock it from the inside or the outside. Yeah, so I think where the doors come together, off to one side, there's something that can almost like a Fallout kind of vault, one of those big gears that you can spin and lock that in place.
So I just want to move over to the door and just shunt this thing into place.
All right, roll me a smash.
Bam! That is a 6.
All right.
Yeah.
No trouble whatsoever. You stomp your way over in this pressureless but still gravity filled docking bay. Grab onto the spokes of this gigantic gear and push it into place. There is a loud as it locks into place. The door is sealed. The ship is inside. You are all safe in the docking bay itself. We hear a hydraulic whoosh as the ramp of your own ship opens up, and floating down with the help of a few other engineers and GDG operatives begin pulling the Garrat is there pulling this large bomb, this large alien interloper bomb that is set up on a grav sled. It pulls it out of the ship, down the ramp, and right up to you guys. And we hear the blasts of alien ship-to-ship weaponry pummeling at the door that was just closed and sealed. But those little attack vessels are not going to be able to break through the hull of the mothership. And as the four of these operatives gather around the bomb, give a nod to Garat, who smacks the bomb, looks nervous real quickly, and then scurries back inside
Don't
the
do
ship.
that. Right? Don't do that.
Good luck, my rat brothers and sisters. For humanity.
Thank
and
you, Garat.
rat humanity.
Rat kind.
Rat kind. That's what we're good luck.
Great. Can I have medical attention?
We will deal with that next week because the alarms are still going off. Even though the aliens outside aren't a problem, there's plenty of aliens inside. The alarms continue to go off. We hear alien language, both psionically and over whatever intercom system this ship has, blaring in a language that you guys don't understand, so I don't need to translate for you. But the ship has been alerted. You can hear the alien sounds again, both auditorily and psionically, just echoing throughout the entire ship. And you're here with this bomb. You need to get that from here to the engineering room for the second half of this operation. And we will pick up next week for part 2 of our series finale, and part 2 of Operation Cheese Cutter and Operation Intolerant Lactose. And we will see if these guys survive and or manage to complete their objectives and destroy the alien mothership. You guys did a great job getting through both of these first halves. The first one was a little rough. I ate a lot of your defenses during that, but you guys blitzed through the first half of Operation Intolerant Lactose. So let's see if you have the resources remaining to handle the second half of this and hopefully escape before the mothership goes up. Thank you so much, you guys, for being awesome and super creative and bearing with me during what is just the first of 2 super stressful shows. So thank you so much. I enjoyed every bit of this. Thank you to our audience who was here and talking and handing out action dice. And thank you so much for $75 into our mayhem meter. Again, that is split between this entire cast here, so that helps pay these incredible people for their time and their creativity and just being just damn awesome. And it means so much to me that you guys enjoy this content enough to actually throw real world dollars behind it. So thank you so much for being here and enjoying. If you want to support more, you can even head over to Ko-Fi. You can join one of our pledge tiers there for just $10. I believe it's just $10 a month. You get access not only to player side stuff, but all my GM notes. And I just uploaded a whole bunch of that. You get all these maps that I've been hand drawing and using. You get all my notes, both the ones I type up and the scrawl I get on my notebook, and commentary that I put up there on as well. So you don't just get what I have written, but you have my GM philosophy and different comments on there as well. On top of after shows, which we're hopefully going to go do, and character sheets and all kinds of other cool stuff. So if you do like what we're doing here at RPGs Uncovered, any sort of support is super helpful in unlocking, helping me afford new games and new artists and new actors and whatnot. Let me pass this back to our players so we can say our farewells and get on to an after show. JD, floating out in space no longer.
Floating out in space no longer. Thank you for saving me, Alex. I appreciated that. I was getting a little nervous.
Anything for you, bud.
I was sure you were gonna get blasted.
I was like, this is gonna be bad, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Yes, so I am JD. As I said before, you can find me on social media at JD, not Jason Dean. You can find me with Tales from the Table Studios just about every Monday for SCP, A Crumbling Foundation. You can also catch me with Live from the Apocalypse every other Tuesday and Sunday for Class Reunion and Academy H, respectively. We will be having those games come up this coming week, as in the 14th and then the 19th. So I will actually be back here before then, but that's okay. I'll put in the plug now, especially because an episode of the podcast does drop tomorrow. You will also find me with Live from the Apocalypse in the GM seat for a game that is starting at the end of the month. It is called A Season of Secrets and Shadows, and it is a Regency Monster Hearts game. So I'm very excited. 2 tables, 8 players across those 2 tables, 8 weeks of mayhem. They just started a Gaia Online text-based RP to play out things that happened before the first session. So that is the level my players are at this point. And I think that's it. Last but not least, I guess you can find me with the Lost Caravan every month for 1 or 2 like one-shots or ongoing games. You will find me there actually tomorrow for Nova, where we are going to be fighting off a siege on the city that we live in. So we're going to see how my cult leader who reanimates the dead handles that entire situation. It's going to be a good time. And you will see me back here next week to be Hayden and Ian for the last time, at least for now.
Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Aaron, both of your characters being rather explosive today.
Yep. I have been Esme and Ash here today. I'm a game designer, a performer, and wear a lot of other hats. You can find me on Twitter at Veils Games and on Itch under the same name. I have plenty of games, including Firmament, another Lumen game, just like Cyberrats up there. So if you enjoy a lot of the combos that Esme and Hank have been doing, check that out. I also have The Dreaded and the Deep is a nautical terror game, and Orphans is a game inspired by Gothic Kidlit. Yeah, so check those out.
Excellent. Yes, all excellent games. Go check them out on the link I just dropped. All right. Q, good time and a long time. We'll see if you can last one more episode, because I'm really going to make you work for it.
I'm be real honest, probably not, but we'll see. Hi, I'm Q. You can find me on the internet. Ooh, you uncrush your arms, young man. You can find me at midnight_ink. That's INQ, like my name. I be talking about just random stuff, magic, and then just offering to throw hands for my friends, because that's the energy we're in 2023. 2 for 1 special, always and forever. I am going to be involved in the one of the tables for a season of Shadows and Secrets. I'm so excited. This was kind of my fault, and I'm very here for it. Yeah, I'm at Tears from the Table for hopefully this coming Tuesday, and then Thursday for Successor States of Rega. I'm just trying to be a creature of the internet. That's what we're doing.
And you do it well.
Thank you so much.
All right. And, of course, finishing up with Mr. Cyberrats himself, and the reason I can throw all of these absolutely brutal enemies at you guys. Alex, what do you got going on?
Hello, it's me. I am Alex. The big thing that I have going on is we have physical hardcover copies of Cyberrats available, and I am knee-deep in playtesting the first official expansion for Cyberrats, Rise of the Briny Bastards. I have open playtests available that I am running for people in my own Discord. You can find links to that on my card in the chat. Or you can get the current playtest document and run it for your own group and help me fine-tune and give feedback on the next version of Cyberrats. I've got other things going on. You can find them on my Twitter, but mostly right now, all my attention is on Cyberrats.
Yes.
Follow me on Twitter for all my projects.
Yes, go check out Briny Bastards. It looks incredible. I got a little sneak peek to it, but it looks fantastic. I can't wait to see the entire release. Yeah, I realize the link is incorrect there. I'm trying to get on Streamlabs to fix that. But yeah, just copy the link, knock the "and" off at the end of Cyberrats, and go check out everything else Alex is up to. With that, I think that is where we are going to end for our penultimate episode. Thank you so much for watching. Come hang out with us on Discord and on Twitter. You can find links down below. We're all there. Come chat, say hi, see what we're up to, talk about the game, talk about our characters, whatever it may be. Go check out the Ko-Fi if you'd like to support even more, and check back on Wednesday at 10 p.m. EST for another Whip Workshop creator interview with Michael Lowe of Luna Uni. Really excited about that one. I think that's all I got. I'm nervous because we're coming to the end of our show. I'm not ready for our season finale. I love all of these characters and this world and this adventure so much. But we will get to that next week. We're going to go see about an after show if we can squeeze one in. Thank you so much for watching. And when you yourself find yourselves breaching into an alien mothership, you might not need to bring weapons and bombs and conflict. Just bring a nice big picnic basket filled with heart tomatoes, because that's the only reason they're invading anyway. Happy time sewing, folks. See you next week.